but I'm standing in front of you.
It's a podcast. Wow.
Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome to the show. It's the 2024 Your Oscars, but we're live podcasting in front of you. Twitch Spectacular.
Welcome, everyone. Wow. What a great year for movies. People getting out to the theaters in record numbers for Barbenheimer.
It's a very fascinating phenomenon, Ethan. What if two things happened on the same day? These people clearly weren't in line for the release of Bob Dylan's Love and Theft. September 11, 2001.
Despite that, though, Greta Gerwig snubbed.
Boo.
Boo.
Barbie hasn't been this underappreciated since Ruth Handler's 1978 tax return.
Wow, that's a deep cut. You know, hey, Devin, I watched The Zone of Interest to prep for this show. Hard
Oh,
pivot.
jeez.
Hard pivot. I haven't been struck so deeply by a representation of the banality of evil since watching U2's Octung Baby performance at the Sphere.
You know, Ethan, some of those U2 tickets, you can't even see the stage. Unfortunately, they're going for double price. But back to the movies. What did you think of Maestro?
Frankly, I don't get why everyone is bothering Bradley Cooper so much about his method. Just let the man do what he wants to prepare for a role. Everybody is so nosy these days. Do you get
Speaking of his nose, I haven't seen such an exaggerated recreation since they cut the part in American Sniper where he shoots civilians from the top of the Superdome.
Hey, what did they stuff that prosthetic nose with? All of Chris Kyle's war crimes?
Anyway, Martin Scorsese, folks. Right? Am I right?
Yeah. Hey, have you heard how Cillian Murphy sneaks into the movies at the last minute? Scorsese can't do that. He says he's too short. Marty, listen to the pod. We've got the solution right in our name.
Exactly. And we have reached out to Scorsese. We are expecting him to make an appearance tonight. We haven't heard back yet, I should say, but we expect to hear back shortly. No pun intended.
Hey, any moment, I imagine. Hey, Devin, we didn't introduce ourselves at the beginning, did we?
No, I think it was more important to make sure that anyone that could possibly be watching was immediately turned off and got off this before we identified ourselves. But of course, I'm Devin.
And I'm Ethan.
How's it going, buddy? You're tall, but I'm standing in front of you.
Yes. I'm just really excited for the programming we've got tonight. I'm glad we chose a night when nothing else is happening. So
yeah, I don't think anything. I mean, I know daylight savings time was today, so I'm sure that's why some people are coming in a little late.
Yeah.
But nothing else going on tonight, right?
I'm seeing on Twitch that there is some sort of other programming event happening. So
I see. Okay, yeah, it looks like there's some kind of West Coast version of like You're Tall But I'm Standing in Front of You giving out their awards tonight as well.
Yeah.
And it looks like there are actually protests outside of the awards.
Oh, cool.
Cops are removing the protests. So we want to denounce these awards. We want to give our solidarity with the protesters. And we encourage everyone there to vacate the premises, donate to some pro-Palestine causes, and turn on the Your Tall stream.
Come join us. So I imagine that Marty Scorsese will probably be joining us here now. He's He's seen the protests, has turned around his Pinto, and is on the way.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, you don't want to miss a chance to win one of these pristine awards in the visage of James Cameron that,
Yeah.
of course, we are in full agreement are called the Standies.
That's still working that out. I believe the Tallies was also a contender for what we're going to call these awards.
I did resolve the comments in the Google Doc. Maybe that's why there's some confusion, but they are the Standies. We will be giving them out for a variety of categories. We will have a number of guests coming on. Because, as you know, we are the podcast with two friends circling the drain of academia, examining the cultural detritus of the 20th century. And this is a big night for the Standies, Ethan. Do you know why?
Why is it a big night for the Tallies, Devin? Tell me more.
Well, so as you know, this is the first time we're ever giving these out, and the way things are going so far, probably the last. And so, normally with an award, you are, it's like with I forget what these other ones going on are called. It's like the escargots or something.
Yeah,
you have to have released the film or whatever it is in the previous year. But since this is our first year doing this, anyone in the history of time up to now is eligible. So there's never going to be a field like this in the history of the Standies. Next year, if we do this again, presumably it'll be a much smaller nomination period.
Yeah.
So we're really looking back on the entire 20th century and well into the 21st as well.
Yeah.
Why don't?
Yeah. Let's we're not cowards. We don't need to wait to do this like that other award show.
This other award show, and so I will be trying to keep us updated on this other award show just to see, like, if we're giving out awards to any of the same people. That might explain why some people might not be here yet to accept their awards if they're trying to, because I always like to fly West Coast to East Coast, with the time difference. I think that's easier.
Yeah,
going back.
I like to do that as well.
I think that's what everyone agrees is normal, right? So presumably there's some folks like Marty at this other show that will be, collecting their awards and then sweeping by here for their Standies. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. It looks like Jimmy Kimmel's giving a monologue.
Oh.
Whatever that is.
Probably not as good as ours. Probably not as good as the one we just gave.
Almost certainly not. Well, that, and none of that was prepared, by the way. That was just, completely off the dome. So we're just going to get right into it. We're not going to make people sit around and wait. Let's get to our first category of the evening, the Standie for Best Media Appearance.
Wow. And the nominees are the indefinite Las Vegas residency of the Sphere.
Okay, that is super trippy once you get close to it.
I recommend parking at the Venetian or the Wynn and then walking, unless of course you're a VIP, and then you can enter through a private street and through a private entrance into the Sphere.
I can't even describe what it looks like with all these pixels everywhere. All these lights, everything moving around. Oh, look at it opening up. We are getting closer to the Sphere. This is what it looks like up close. Look at all these lights. What is that?
Joe Biden for Earth Rider.
The beer brewed here, it is used to make the brew beer in this refinery. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. I wonder why it's called.
Donald Trump mugshot.
Fulton County Jail inmate number P011-35809, otherwise known as 45th President of the United States, Donald John Trump.
And that is now an image that will be cemented in history. And I think that you said that maybe they'll make light of it. Maybe some people will make light of it.
The Star Wars Cerveza Cristal ad from 2003.
Pero buen amigo. Lo que me recuerda. Tengo algo para ti.
Bud Dwyer, press update.
Pennsylvania Treasurer Bud Dwyer was accused of taking a bribe in 1987. He called for a live news conference. During the conference, he pulled a revolver out of an envelope and shot himself through the mouth. His suicide was broadcasted later that day to a wide television audience across Pennsylvania. Napoleon Bonaparte was buried with all of his body parts except for one.
And the standee goes to Bud Dwyer for press update.
This is Bud Dwyer's first nomination and first win of the Tallies.
Wow, just an incredible start to the evening.
Wow.
For Bud Dwyer. I'm looking in the chat here. I'm seeing it's a shocker. I'm seeing that the sphere was robbed. Justice for mugshot. So we will be counting the votes. Looks like Bud Dwyer still won. I'm sorry.
There's a rigorous voting process as part of the You're Tall But I'm Standing in Front of You Academy. And so it's beyond any sort of, you can't argue with the results, I'm afraid.
So let's see here. Let's check in with this other award show that's happening as we wait for our guests to arrive. I see we have one of our guests in the waiting room. So maybe we'll just start talking to him in a minute if the other folks aren't here. But I'm seeing speculation about Davine Joy Randolph winning supporting actress, but I don't think that's happened yet. I see that there's a dog at the Oscars from Anatomy of the Fall. Jimmy Kimmel made some Barbie and Ken jokes. And that's about it. Any predictions for tonight, Ethan? Who do you think's going to come away with the these other awards we don't care about?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, Margot Robbie, despite not being nominated, will come away with Best Actress. Is my prediction. I think that'd be a good comeback story. I think it would show that the Academy is listening.
Yeah.
Feminism.
I'm going to give
girl
you one
boss.
better.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you one better. I think Margot Robbie is going to win Best Picture.
What? Yeah, I think
know?
she should. Honestly, that as just in response to what she had to go through, with not being initially nominated, she deserves it. I absolutely agree with that.
Absolutely. So, looking at the chat again, it looks like we have a viewer who actually got to see that Aronofsky's film that was made for the Sphere in the Sphere.
Oh wow!
And apparently, it was friggin' wild. So that's cool.
Yeah. Hopefully, so it sounds like this viewer did not get the seat that the view is blocked. So,
well, like I said, it's a premium price to get the blocked seats. So we're still not seeing our guests that we're supposed to be pivoting to right about now. Should we just bring Tristan in?
I think we can bring Tristan in, and then the rest of our guests can join from there. So, Devin, why don't you tell us a little bit about this next segment as we switch over here?
Fantastic. So, if you've listened to the pod, you know that our sibling pod, as it were, and by sibling pod I mean a pod that's a lot more popular than us and better, that we have decided to associate ourselves with, is Better Read Than Dead. The best literature podcast, the only literature podcast. And, you know, one of our favorite awards at this other award show that we don't want to name is Best Adapted Screenplay, right? Because, you know, I'm a literature scholar. We love thinking about adaptation and a lot of interesting definitions of adaptation being thrown around today. Because, you know, tonight we have for Best Adapted Screenplay Barbie, nominated because it was based on characters created by Ruth Handler. We have a number of nonfiction nominees, or actually just one because Killers of the Flower Moon didn't get nominated, but a number of big films based on nonfiction books this year. And of course, as we learned a couple years ago, Top Gun Maverick, nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay. All sequels are technically adaptations. So we thought, who better to talk about the issue of adaptation in cinema than the Better Read Than Dead folks. So Tristan, thanks for joining us.
Yes, absolutely. You guys look so dapper. I'm wearing my anarcho-communist WW shirts.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me. Yeah, I was shocked when we were talking yesterday because I have watched movies. I've seen a couple, total, right? But no, I had no idea that I thought adapted screenplay, meant it was from a novel or something like that. But apparently, it can be literally everything, including a child's toy, which made me very excited because I actually have seen the Super Mario Brothers movie this year because I have a 7-year-old, and that basically dictates,
snubbed from the category.
I know, terrible. I have not been this mad ever since Happy Gilmore was robbed for Best Picture in 1996.
It really raises some questions because, I know, like, Tristan, you're very interested in historical fiction, right? So does this mean that any work of historical fiction is technically an adaptation? Like, is anything that isn't just, like, dream visions straight from your cerebral cortex to the screen? What's going on there, Ethan?
Yes, that's true. Yes, so Walter Scott, the first adapter in
history. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And then we should say hi to Megan on as well. Megan, say hi.
Hi. Tristan, what do we say? Do we say we're the co-hosts of Better Read Than Dead, a literature podcast from a left perspective?
Yeah, that's something like that. Yes, it's been a while since we've recorded, but I believe that is what we go by.
That's us.
Trust me. Yeah. Especially when Megan says it, I've just heard it so many times. That's like
it's true. It's just sort of like it's rote at this point. Yeah, I'm a teacher and a writer, and I have opinions. I have seen 8 of the 10 Best Picture nominees, so
oh wow,
I have some degree of having watched movies.
I have seen Oppenheimer. I'm proud of myself. I have actually seen one.
That's and I saw Barbie 8 times, so I think that also is analogous to what we're saying here.
There you go.
Yeah. So which of the two you haven't seen, Megan?
So I haven't seen American Fiction, and that's because I am very attached to the Percival Everett book Erasure. I teach it. I'm unhealthily invested in that novel, and so there's a bit of I don't want to. Oh my god, it's so
cool.
It's so
cool,
good.
Devin.
Just showing the folks at home. This is what a book is. This is what you make movies out of. You just take one of these. You just movies inside there.
Even though Percival Everett is so mean to Richard Wright in that novel.
Yeah.
And that's one of my lead. It's I will defend Richard Wright to the death.
You and me both.
So I haven't seen that. I know. Yeah, we're on the same team here. And then I haven't seen Maestro.
You can keep it that way, I think.
That's what I've come to understand, and also I get being an actor is already an embarrassing job, but look, what we all do is embarrassing too. It's not to defend it, but there's a degree we've all known people in our lives who had charm and rich parents, and you just were going to watch them fail up for the rest of their lives. And Bradley Cooper is that person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially
not Leonard
being
Bernstein, but...
Yeah. Especially being a Philly fan, I am so annoyed that Bradley Cooper is the Philly fan. He's our Spike Lee, And just Maestro, it's it's not. It wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen or anything, but I could accept the camera lingering on Bradley Cooper the way it does during the conducting scenes if someone else was directing the film. I simply can't countenance that Bradley Cooper was like, and then what if during this complex orchestral piece where there's so much going on, the whole power of an orchestra is like many people coming together collectively to create music. And instead, we just showed close-ups of my sweaty face, and my gesticulations exclusively.
Yeah. Bradley Cooper, some bullshit, cuz.
So
those
we
are
can
the
get
two
it.
I haven't seen.
Nice. So before we get into our favorite and least favorite adaptations, do either of you have any hot takes or tepid takes or cold takes about the films of last year you wanna get out there?
Well, I will. So since I've only seen one of these, I will say I don't I don't like Christopher Nolan. I think I forget, this is not my coinage, but someone put it very well. I think that he is like a stupid person's idea of what a good director is. And I mean, he just, I don't know. It's like the slide into fascism that so much of his stuff does. It's like, okay. However, I have watched a lot of his shit. Like
Because you're a plane
Dunkirk,
boy, and planes go zoom
yes,
zoom.
like yeah. Well, no, yeah. I mean, so on the like whether just history can be adaptation. I am watching that new series, Masters of the Air, which I am so annoyed with myself. It's like all you have to do to get me to like forsake my Marxist distaste for the military-industrial complex is have a fucking plane in it. But anyway, I mean, that being said, I did not hate Oppenheimer the way I thought I would. That might be because the acting is, I mean, all like there are so many great actors in it. I mean, I think it thought it was a little bit more like critical and reflective than it actually was. But I don't know. I mean, Cillian Murphy, I think did a fantastic job. The cool physics scenes, which sort of like pushed to the side the horror of what's actually being created, are interesting, I thought. So I don't know, I enjoyed it. I watched it over like 3 days. If I had watched the entire thing together, I think I may have had a different opinion on that. But
one thing I will say is, of all the actors in Oppenheimer, like Robert Downey Jr., I think did the worst. He was the least interesting to me.
Yeah,
So
I hated him in this. He's
Yeah.
probably gonna win the this other award they're giving out.
yeah, whatever
That's
that
what
is.
I
but
understand.
they don't have as rigorous a process as we have with the Tallies, and so that's probably where that's coming from. I know that I saw Oppenheimer with Devin in Philadelphia as I was leaving to drive across the country, and I got a great send-off from the city of Philadelphia because after I was leaving, my car was packed for this cross-country trip, and driving out of Philadelphia, my car was rear-ended by an ice cream truck. And
oh, I forgot about this.
Yes, and the guy was very apologetic. He explained that it's not his fault. He was on his phone, and that's why it was in traffic too. Like this, there was no. It was like the Austin Powers scene where like there's just the slow motion. But I just thought it was an excellent send off from the city of Philadelphia to get rear-ended by an ice cream truck on my way out.
You forgot to mention also that the entire time we saw Oppenheimer, it was out of focus.
A daring choice by Chris Nolan. Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. Chris Nolan, it's like, so Chris Nolan and Tarantino and these like film bro directors, they get this credit for like keeping film alive, but they keep film alive in this zombified fashion of like, so film gets to exist as like a prestige experience for when you see a Chris Nolan or a Quentin Tarantino movie. And then also all of the theaters have fired all their projectionists, so nobody knows how to work with film anymore. So you too can spend an inflated price to see Oppenheimer out of focus.
Yeah.
But that was 70 millimeter out of focus, right, Devin?
I was gonna say, was it like a 70?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
That's premium out of focus.
Megan, what about you? Any takes on the films of the year?
Well, I have like, I mean, I will say that like, it was pretty grueling, and I watched a lot of movies over 3 nights. nothing was as bad as last year when my husband and I watched the third night of Avatar, and like before started, we looked at each other like, do we have to finish this?
I don't understand where you're going with this. I don't understand what you're saying at all, but go on.
Oh, jeez.
Dad, don't listen.
It was so long. It's grueling. Sorry, Jim.
Oh, he's got plenty of money.
He's cool.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Yeah.
He's probably like 17 miles underwater right now.
Totally.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has the submarine that they paid the good money for. That's not gonna collapse.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, my what about like Cameron weighing in as the submarine expert when that asshole like blew up down by the Titanic was, I don't know. So he's got, you know, he's a true Renaissance man. Our Jim Cameron.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we watched a lot of them, and then there was a certain point we watched the second to last one we watched was Poor Things, which was a good idea because we had already gotten through like the genocide one and the war crimes one and the other genocide one and then the mass death one, and so it's like, all right, sweet, like we're just gonna. Oh, and Kristen, if you haven't seen Poor Things, the character, the Dr. Frankenstein character's first name is Godwin.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I want to see many of these. I haven't.
And then I also like at some point I'll have like written these things down and talk about them, but I have like a lot of opinions about Killers of the Flower Moon because I'm a member of the Osage Nation, so I have like thoughts about it, but like honestly a lot of those thoughts are about the reception of the movie because it's such a like there's this so like normal people, you don't have to listen right now, but like academic people might care. Well, Sarah Ahman has
so many normal listeners.
Yeah, that's fair. This chapter in the Cultural Politics of Emotion where she talks about the Sari book, which is this thing in Australia where they it was about the residential schools in Australia, and that people wrote these like cards, like these apologetics, and they were all framed in this sort of as matter of a national shame, right? So it's like, I can't believe we did this, but Australia would never, and it's like, sure.
Yeah.
And there's a way that the reception of Killers of the Flower Moon is like one gigantic liberal Sari book. It's like, we actually, and I think the movie's quite good. It's not really like about that so much. And like, I don't even like Leonardo DiCaprio, and I thought he kind of slaughtered it. And so did De Niro, who phones a lot of shit in these days.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he did not.
Yeah, I totally know what you mean about the reception, though.
Yeah.
You know, it reminds me of the reception of 12 Years a Slave a number of years ago.
100%. It's the same. It's exactly the same.
And I will say that particularly with Killers of the Flower Moon, that it's the like I don't really have thoughts on the like the film itself. And I mean, one, I haven't seen it, but just like when I knew that like Scorsese was doing it, I didn't really have an immediate reaction to that. I did anticipate, though, exactly that reception that you're talking about, Megan, which makes me like not really want to see it. And in addition to the like sort of conceiving politics as this sort of sentimentalist project, I also think there's this liberal notion that like knowing about something is like itself doing kind of political work. And I mean, on the one hand, like, you know, I mean,
it's like reparative.
Yes, like as leftists, like we want, like you need to do the reading, you need to know shit. But like I think like one of my many problems with liberalism is that it like stops there. It's like my awareness has been raised, and therefore I have demonstrated I'm a good person because I learned about this. It's like that actually does nothing materially to change anything.
I'm standing witness to these.
Yes,
It
exactly.
totally is about witnessing.
Yeah.
And there's this thing that I find really like, because there was this minor liter like online debate about, oh, who's gonna watch a 3.5 hour movie? And then it was like, oh, it's only gonna be film bros or whoever the group of people is. And people were one of the other points of view, the sort of liberal middlebrow critic, was like, well, it needs to be long because this is a very serious story. And I was like, at what point movie count like hundreds of dead people? Like that's not a thing a movie can do. So it's like, I don't give a shit if you're like Claude Lanzmann or Steve McQueen or Martin Scorsese. It's like, that's not like, you're asking something from a movie that a movie can't do. And so that's the other like gap between the movie and the reception for me. It's like, oh, this can like tell the tale of a lot of deaths. And it's like, but can't it possibly like that's, you're asking something from a movie that I just don't think it can do.
I think that's what's. I think you're really getting at what the issue with the reception specifically is. Because to be clear, I loved the movie, but it's like when a movie like that becomes digested by this sort of like liberal critical apparatus, it needs to serve a clear and coherent and unidirectional political function, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, yeah, as you're saying, these demands get put on it that are these are jobs for like an organizing committee. These are jobs for like, all sorts of different kinds of bodies, but not necessarily a movie. But...
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a nutty thing. I mean, the Grand Book is like even less appealing in my opinion than the Scorsese movie. But like, it's because a good book about it would demand like 20 years of FOIA requests and like the craziest amount of research. So it's like, okay, well, I can't ask this like middlebrow pop journalism book to then get, translated into a movie that like can account for the emergence of federal policing. Is that like that's good for a Native community? Like, it's just what? No, you can't.
Well, yeah. No, and actually, I mean, but like this actually relates to something very that I literally just taught, which is I just did a course on this like 1790s radicalism, and Verso, which is not a liberal publisher, it's a left publisher. Last year published what I think really good graphic novel that is an adaptation of C.L.R. James's Toussaint Louverture play. And I mean, it's really interesting, but it does get a question. It's like, okay, like, so what is the political work that this is doing? And like, James with like the Black Jacobins, right? I mean, like one reason he says he's telling that history is like at that moment specifically to kind of inspire anti-colonial revolutionaries in the Caribbean and Africa. So it's not that like, that in any way like knowing about history is bad. Like I don't think that's what any of us are saying, or that it doesn't that isn't like part of a political project. But like Devin, like you said, like it's not like that isn't the end of the work. Like the work is that about organizing, is about like doing something with that, so.
Well, and it's like the logic of the confessional in a way, because like half of the things that a person will say to a person in my situation, in my position, is like the first thing they say is like, I didn't know any of this. And it's like, well, like, okay, I mean, it seems weird to like that this declaration of ignorance is like doing something for you. And if it's about learning the history, like you're saying, Tristan, like, okay, good. Yeah. But first of all, you're not going to learn it from a movie. Again, not what movies do. And declaring this.
I'm just going to interrupt very briefly to give us some updates from the West Coast, where these Scabby Awards are being given out. So it looks like Divine Joy Randolph won Best Supporting Actress for The Holdovers. I think sweeping basically all the awards. War Over, inspired by the music of John and Oko, won Best Animated Short Film. I'll be rushing to watch that as soon as we get off. That just sounds like my cup of tea.
We're gonna need to pause the broadcast, frankly, to catch up partway through. So yeah.
And then I have to say a relief for me, and I think a relief for our chat, that The Boy and the Heron has come through with the Best Animated Feature win. thankfully defeating the half a movie that was Spider-Verse 2 or whatever it's called. Literally, it just ends halfway through the plot. Because that's like the thing now. They're just like, we're not even going to make sequels. We're just going to make like 6-hour movies over the course of 5 years, and you have to pay like $40 total
Oh
to see
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
So quick updates there. But then before we have you guys go, I thought, so we've been talking about kind of adaptation kind of generally. We've been talking about it in the case of Killers of the Flower Moon, but maybe we could all just throw out a couple of our, whether you want to do favorite, least favorite, a couple of each, one of each, cases of adaptation. Tristan, can I throw it to you first? Or?
Yeah, sure. So I'm actually not going to say Master and Commander, although it's incredible. Wonderful movie. If you want to watch a ship that doesn't really do, I mean, it has some like battles at the French, but like nothing really happens for 3 hours. It's awesome. Russell Crowe is great. But I'm actually going to say my favorite
In the
is
genre of adaptation.
well, yeah. So right, so that is my dad adaptation pick. Um, a Tristram Shandy, a cock and bull story with Steve Coogan and Rob Brydon is incredible. Tristram Shandy is my 3 favorite novels. My son's middle name is Tristram. Like it, I am a fan, as listeners of our pod will know. But when I first learned about that, I was like, "There's no fucking, you can't make a movie about Tristram Shandy." And like, what's so brilliant about that is they don't like the movie is about the impossibility of making a film about that novel, which is itself a novel that's about the impossibility of narrating life in a coherent way. So it's absolutely wonderful. It's hilarious. Um, Least favorite adaptation? I don't know that this is really because there's a lot of bad adaptations, but every year when I teach my Jane Austen class, I have this on the syllabus as kind of like a let's think about why this is fucked up and not that great, which is the 99 Patricia Rozema adaptation of Mansfield Park. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I like on the one hand, I applaud the impulse behind it, which like Mansfield Park famously, there is this great sort of like quasi kind of aporia of slavery. Like the Bertram wealth is like from the West Indies. There's this moment where Fanny Price like mentions the slave trade and is like met with just complete silence. And so like on the one hand, that film wants to like sort of like take that serious. Like and that I applaud. The problem is like once you like do sort of like rip that open, returning the narrative to like this comic marriage plot just absolutely becomes monstrous in a way that the film does not really recognize because it still wants to have its Jane Austen. Oh, everyone like morally improved and like and these marriages like make some kind of sense, and it's like no, once you do that, the only like quote unquote happy ending is Fanny Price burning Mansfield Park to the ground and becoming a Jacobin. So like that. So yeah. So anyway, so that would be my provisionally I would say least favorite adaptation.
What about you, Megan?
I was thinking about this and I because Devin, I know that you're a Highsmith sort of you know more about Highsmith than I do.
Oh, I was not thumbsing up that. I was thumbsing up being a Highsmith fan.
Okay.
I just don't want to. I just wanted to be clear. I don't go around being like, "Yeah, I know more about things than people."
But also because there was a Todd Haynes movie this year, which is now the only Todd Haynes movie I actually haven't seen.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good, and it was completely snubbed by these awards in California.
Yeah.
It rules.
I can't wait to see it. You're absolutely right. But his adaptation of The Price of Salt into Carol is extraordinarily good. It's just like I remember reading that book and it has this because he's so good at tone, right? Like he's so good at atmosphere that you really the book is very sort of Highsmithy and it feels a little bit like a mystery novel, even though it's like not at all. It's one of hers that isn't. Um, and and so, like, nobody's better than Todd Haynes at communicating an atmosphere. And that their performances are really non-naturalistic, I think is really good.
Yeah, I think Haynes is one of the kings of directing non-naturalistic acting.
I
Like, and I
totally
actually think
agree.
you get great examples of this in May December too. And I actually think May December like goes back and forth between the melodramatic and the naturalistic mode throughout in a really interesting way. So yeah, he's the best. Uh, great.
And the
Okay.
adaptations are so good.
Yes, yes. Ethan, did you have any for us?
I mean, I'm just going to throw out there that Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves was snubbed this award season. You know, have a couple drinks. Sorry, I forget what we can say on Twitch. But, you know, get yourself in the mood for that film, and it actually is great fun. And I'll just throw out there, I don't know if we mentioned, Devin, that we talk about a great adaptation with the Better Read Than Dead folks, which is The Last of the Mohicans. So they have
Absolutely.
a fantastic
God.
episode on it.
Yes, yeah.
And we talk about the film adaptation, which is a big improvement. I think we agreed over
So
the
yeah,
source
if
material.
you want to have the ultimate you're tall but I'm standing in front of you Better Read Than Dead like marathon experience, you got to do their episode on Last of the Mohicans, their episode with us on the movie Last of the Mohicans. You have to do their Dune episode, and then we only have about like 4 to 12 Dune episodes as the cherry on top of the sundae.
I will just about Last of the Mohicans say that film is one of the more turnt of films there is, which is in complete opposition to the James Fenimore Cooper novel, which is the opposite of that. I mean, it sucks the life energy out of all things. So
Yeah, when you talk just like pure improvement, Last of the Mohicans has to be up there simply because the book is so bad. Like, even just making an okay movie would have been like a fantastic adaptation.
such
So
a
I'll
great
throw out a couple good ones and then one bad one. So more along traditional lines, Kurosawa's adaptation of King Lear. I don't know if it's Ran or Ron. How you say it? Ran.
I
Absolutely
had always said Ram,
fantastic.
and then I was corrected. I don't.
It's some of the best costuming I've ever seen in a film. It's Kurosawa in color, and the costumes are just so vibrant and amazing. And Throne of Blood by him is also great, which is the Macbeth adaptation. But Kurosawa doing Shakespeare is just a really special, really special. But maybe one that wouldn't be as expected. But so my last semester of grad school, I was grading for a class on British film, which it's really exciting stuff. But like 17 kitchen sink dramas in a row. But randomly, the professor assigned Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. And so, because I'm like a insane completionist, I couldn't just watch that. So I had to watch all 8 films in a row. Which if you follow me on Twitter, you know that I recently finished this with like all 27 James Bond movies. And I mostly didn't care much for them, but I want to put a special shout out for Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Part 1 specifically. Part 2 sucks. I have no interest in Part 2. But I think actually because they knew they had Part 2 and they just saved all the like plotty shit for that, Part 1 is this weird, it's like this Terrence Malick movie that's like hidden in the middle of all these Harry Potter adaptations. Because it's just like Hermione and Harry like going through the woods and listening to Nick Cave. It's fucking weird. And then a bad one I'll just throw out, the Noah Baumbach White Noise. I haven't even finished it. I made it like an hour in, and just like Noah Baumbach, like just get in line, just polishing your wife's scripts with her. You don't need to be making your own movies anymore. You have one idea, which is like, what if a white guy was kind of shitty? And we have lots of directors who are doing better versions of that. We don't need the like 400th best version of that.
Her Little Women is not bad at all.
I have to see that. Yeah.
I mean, I think that like, it's her year, so we should just say like Florence Pugh is like darling and very good, and so it's like if Amy can be rehabilitated, then that's like a pretty good job with a version of Little Women.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
All
Devin,
right,
you're
well,
getting some
we got-
love in the chat for
some other Deathly Hallows Part 1 fans.
So apparently
and
you're
some
not
other
alone.
Little Women fans in the chat.
Okay.
So great stuff. I think we need to move on with other parts of the show, but Megan and Tristan, thank you so much for joining us. Where can folks find the show and find you?
Well, the podcast is Better Read Than Dead, literature from a left perspective. We're on Twitter. We're on Blue Sky, Blue Ski, whatever the hell it's called.
Oh, we need to get on Blue Sky, don't we?
I think it's free. Yeah, there's no it's
Yes.
the regime of the whatever, the invite is gone. We're on Facebook, all of those places.
We're probably all locked on Twitter for fear of un-American activities.
Yeah,
Yes, our personal accounts are locked, but the show is not. So.
Yeah, follow the
you can
show,
find-
listen to the show. They've got some fantastic episodes. You can hear me on the Talented Mr. Ripley episode, but so many great ones. The Babel 17 episode is a lot of fun. Check that one out. But thank you both for joining us so much, and thanks for coming to the inaugural Standies. We're so happy to have you a part of it.
Can't wait to hear the rest of it. Oh God!
All right.
Later, Jim.
Bye, guys.
All right. I think now we're gonna take a little break, and then we'll hear a bit from some work you've been doing, Devin.
Absolutely, but don't worry, we have musical interludes for you all, so you won't be unentertained. But we're going to be playing one of our classic Dune songs, "I Got Dune Babe," and we'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Great.
They say we're young and we don't know. We won't find out until we grow.
Well, I don't know if all that's true, 'cause you got me and baby I got Dune.
Dune. I got Dune, babe. I got Dune, babe. They say our pod won't pay the rent. Before it's earned, our money's all been spent.
I guess that's so we don't have a pot. At least I'm sure of all the things we got. Like
Dune. I got Dune, babe. I got Dune, babe.
I got flowers in the spring.
I got Dune to wear my ring.
And when I'm sad, Dune is a clown.
And if I get scared, Dune's
I don't wanna
always
do any of that.
around.
I thought it was in the green room.
Say Dune's pot's too long, 'cause I don't care. With Dune I can't go wrong.
Then put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain Dune can't climb. It's Dune. I got Dune, babe. I got Dune, babe. I got Dune, babe. I got Dune to hold my hand.
I've got Dune to understand.
I've got Dune to walk with me.
I've got Dune to talk with me.
I've got Dune to kiss goodnight.
And I got Dune to hold me tight.
I've got Dune I won't let go.
I've got Dune to love me so. We need another adaptation of Dune.
I've got Dune, babe. I've got Dune, babe. I Dune babe.
Wow.
All right, and we're back. So, Ethan, this is the part of the show that we were going to be giving out our second award for most respectful remembrance of 9/11. Unfortunately, we're running a little late on time, so we're going to have to skip that. But we do have something very important to talk about, which is sort of the state of the podcast and how things are going. So I thought, if you don't mind, I would give a little bit of a report. I've been looking at some of the data, crunching the numbers, and we can, kind of talk about how things are going.
Yeah, you are famously our number guy here on the pod.
Absolutely. I'm all about the numbers. I'm all about the ones and twos.
Yeah.
So I thought I would take us through it a little bit. If you don't mind bringing my slides up.
Yes, I've not seen what you've got prepared for us here, so I'm excited to see what you've found.
If my dog allows me to do this. So, you're tall, but I'm standing in front of you. That's who we are. Next slide, please. Stop, buddy. I love you. So, the problem. Does anyone listen to the podcast? And if you'll look at this graph, it's not looking too good. And I have to say that that pink podcast there, just to the right of us, is very, very unpopular. So, we're really not looking so good. Next slide, please. The solution. I thought we would look at some data. So I assembled a crack team, who we'll see on the next slide. And so these folks, these are the folks that Google Slides seemed to recommend for me. And so, we got together and we started looking, into Buzzsprout, into the data, and we've reached some, I think, very interesting and important conclusions. Next slide, please. So if you look at this graph tells a certain kind of story, right? You'll notice the downloads, they seem very chaotic. They seem to happen at almost random times. It's almost as if the podcast has no kind of regular release schedule. Like, we just kind of do it when we feel like it. And, it kind of seems like it's just kind of all over the place, right? But if you go to the next slide.
Oh, wow.
Here's the thing. Yeah. So if instead we just think about the number of downloads we are accruing over time and we kind of visualize that, as you'll see, the tendency is going up.
Wow,
and it's actually very steady. So, my thought is, as long as we keep releasing episodes, we're inevitably going to get more downloads. And I'll have these slides are quite out of date. It currently says we're at 4,980 downloads. I'll have you know that within the last few days, we've crossed 5,000.
Wow.
So just think of that happening over and over again over time. It's like, you make $1 a day. It's not that much. But if you do that for 1 billion days, you could retire. Wow. Next slide, please. So here you see we've got some of our top episodes. It seems like most of our listeners have iPhones. You'll notice among these episodes, shout out to Sarah Osment, who I think is watching the stream. It seems like the most popular episodes, other than the Mummy episode, which I can't really explain, are either the first two or ones where we have notable guests who are significantly more popular than us. And there's one way of looking at that, which would be to say that people are listening to the podcast early and then losing interest and then perhaps only listening to isolated episodes with popular guests. And I would say to that, next slide. So
I'd like to say, by the way, chat, I see we've got some Spotify listeners. Would love to know who is listening to our podcast on their smart TV. That was a fun one that we've seen on there. So let us know how you're listening to the podcast. But Devin, I'll return it to you with these really, really compelling findings that you're coming up with.
Absolutely. So
wow.
I think it's important to think globally, much like capitalism. So as you'll see, and they actually don't have data about Antarctica. So I am, as Zurich tries to help me, I'm not prepared to say that we haven't been downloaded in Antarctica. I just don't have that. I just don't have that data. But you can see we've hit all the other continents. So you need to stop. I'm gonna kettle you up during the next break. Can you get down, please? I love you. Okay.
This is what it's like to film a podcast episode as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and not all of it gets edited out. 69 downloads in Asia. So if you're in Asia right now, just please put down your phone. No further downloads needed. We're obviously most popular in North America, but I think the story here is really that we have a very global reach. And I think you'll continue to see that if we go to the next slide. Now, not looking so good. Maybe next slide.
Oh. I have friends in Oxford, Mississippi.
Well, you thought you had friends in Oxford, Mississippi, I guess is the story. So, yeah, I guess like we're not huge in Vanderbilt, Pennsylvania. We're not huge in Edmonton, Alberta, which where's David Hollingshead? Come on. But
Wow.
I guess, let's just keep looking. I'm sure if we continue with these slides and we go to the next one that the story's going to change very quickly. Still not looking so good.
Wow.
So BlackRock, they gave us a chance, but just one download. Auburn, California, Taylor, Michigan.
Mulheim am Main, Hesse.
Well, I mean, I'm just impressed.
Ausgezeichnet.
I really think the way to look at this, is just think about the fact that somebody in Zurich listened to us. And they probably heard Zurich, my dog, interrupting the podcast. So, that's like a pretty good story. But if we keep going, because I did put a lot of cities in here, I'm sure we're going to see to the next slide a little bit of a difference.
Oh, wow.
Istanbul. That one hits close to home, actually. Sewell, New Jersey. Omaha, Nebraska. I would like to think, in the home of like Connor Oberst, we could get like 2 downloads.
No.
Maybe just go to the next slide.
Okay, can do.
And why don't we just go ahead to the next slide after that?
Okay. Manama, though. We had one from Manama.
Well, this is the thing. How many podcasts have a single download from Manama? Does anybody even know where that is? I think that's pretty impressive.
We do, because we know all of our fans. But yeah, next slide.
Next slide. Still not looking so good. Certainly, there has to be at least one city with multiple downloads. Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. There's some folks on Twitter in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, who are not listening to the pod.
Yeah.
Maybe just one more slide.
Lafayette Hill, Pennsylvania. In Mississippi, they pronounce it Lafayette. Like Oxford, Mississippi.
I think that's the confusion. I think that they're getting the pronunciations wrong in Buzzsprout. So
that's gotta
I think
be
the data's just very noisy.
Yeah.
But so how do we interpret this data? Because data's all about interpretation. And you could go ahead and go to the last slide. And so I think the thing to take away from this, some people might say lots and lots of people around the world have listened to the podcast once and then chosen to never listen to it again. I choose to say that many, many people around the world have listened to the podcast. And that's my presentation.
Wow, those are some incredible findings, Devin.
I think it's really looking good for us. Like, if we could just get all of those people to download one more episode.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And then if they got all of their friends to download one episode, like we could really be cooking with gas here.
This doesn't account for the fact, I know for quite a while we were locked into our deal with the Neil Young archive as our sole streaming partner.
Yeah.
That may have caused some of these, especially when Neil Young removed himself from the Neil Young archive in protest of our podcast.
Yeah.
And so
the numbers for NeilYoungArchives.com subscriptions after we were the only product being offered there, when we're also available for free elsewhere, wasn't great. It was a little tricky. But all I see is growth.
Yeah.
I see stagnation, but I also see growth.
Yeah.
And there's nothing contradictory about that. So anyway,
Devin.
Speaking of stagnation and growth. Yes,
Ben, I appreciate your all the work you did there on that, Devin. People died this year.
Before we talk about that, let's just do a quick check-in on this other award show, by the way.
Oh, that's a great idea, Devin. This is the Rose Bowl. What exactly is
I think
this
the
one
Rose,
again?
it's a common confusion. The Rose Bowl's where they hold the awards.
Okay.
But I think they're called it's the BCS National Championship, I think, is what the event is called.
Okay.
So, because we're deciding on the national champion of movies.
Marty has not arrived as of yet. Marty, if
I'm getting a little concerned. The phone number I have doesn't appear to be working. That's probably on me. My handwriting isn't the best, but we are trying to get through to Marty. We're trying to get him here because we do have crucial information for how he can see movies better. By positioning himself in a certain way in regards to tall people. But speaking of the segment we just had with Better Red Than Dead, both screenplay nominations or awards have been given out. So we have Anatomy of the Fall winning Best Original Screenplay.
Oh, they still make
a movie
those.
I didn't see.
Okay.
I hear it's good. Did you see it?
No, sir. I just saw Barbie 8 times. We've been over this.
Yeah. And then Best Adapted Screenplay, speaking of erasure, going to American Fiction, which I've heard is a bad movie. Has anyone in the chat seen American Fiction? Is American Fiction any good? We'll see if anybody lets us know.
That means that it beat out Barbie?
It did. It beat out Barbie. So Barbie swinging a miss at the plate tonight.
They really brought that toy brand to life. So that's a shocker. From
and
me.
Also, as I speak, Poor Things picking up 2 of these BCS National Championship awards.
Wow.
One for Best Makeup and Hairstyling, and one for Best Production Design.
Those are 2 things. Those are 2 awards that we don't have. So
that's when you. My understanding is that's when you have enough makeup and hairstyling in your movie that people notice that it's a part of the movie. But seems like well deserved. So
importantly, it seems like Barbie is losing everything this evening. So that's dope.
Yeah, let's see what's left for Barbie here. Well, we still got so it lost. It still got supporting. No, it lost supporting actress. It lost adapted screenplay. Supporting actor still to come. Ryan Gosling could win that.
Wait, who was supporting actor? Was it America Ferrera for best supporting actress?
America Ferrera. I think an absurd nomination. I have to say,
because she did that terrible monologue.
Julianne Moore did not get nominated.
Wow.
It's obviously still nominated for Best Picture, Best Original Song. So it lost production design and it lost costume design to Poor Things.
Wow.
Oppenheimer with no wins so far, but I think most of the categories it's a big contender in yet to come.
They're gonna give it to Robert Downey Jr. and I'm so not looking forward to that. So.
I thought he was so bad in that movie, and I feel like I'm insane. It just looked like it. He looked like a guy who had only been filmed from the neck up for the last 10 years because he's only played like Iron Man in the Iron Man suit. But anyway, Ethan, as you were saying, people have died.
Yeah.
And there's nothing funny about that.
No, that's true. There's no way we can make light of any of these titans of the industry. Their untimely passing. So I believe, Devin, at this point, coming up, we're going to have a quiz show to see if we can test our mettle in the arena of ideas. Anyways, but before that, on a somber note, we do have our in memoriam for those who were personally related to the "You're Tall But I'm Standing in Front of You" podcast.
Yeah, they're all on our payroll.
Yeah,
or they were.
So we're saving a few bucks here. So yes, without further ado, in memoriam.
Now I've heard there was a second Dune that Denny made better than Rebel Moon, but you don't really care for sci-fi, do ya? It stars that Timmy Chalamet looks 17, but he's 28. He was fine in Lady Bird, but how was Dune though? How was Dune though? How was Dune though? How was Dune though? How was Dune Part 2?
Zendaya's strong, but she needs some proof that Paul can ride that Shia LaBeouf. Her beauty in the CGI looks good. Whoa. Well, Duncan Idaho won't appear. Why is Anya Taylor-Joy at the premiere? Dude, all I wanna know is how was Dune, bro?
How was Dune, bro? How was Dune, bro? How was Dune, bro? How was Dune Part 2? Well, Gurney Halleck gets to sing, and there's Austin Butler instead of Sting. You don't think he'll do the Elvis voice, do ya?
His wife?
Well, it's nice to see Leah Seydoux, and I guess he marries Florence Pugh. Christopher Walken too. Fuck, how was Dune though? How was Dune though? How was Dune though? How was Dune though? How was Dune Part 2?
You ask me what I thought of Dune. Am I David Lynch or Villeneuve? Go write your letterbox if it matters to you. Yeah, I know Paulette, that great jihad, but to me he's just Willy Wonka. And everybody asks me how was Dune, bro?
How was Dune, bro? How was Dune, bro? Check it out. How was Dune, bro? How was Dune, man? How was Dune? How was Dune, bro? How was Dune, bro? Fuck, dude. How was Dune, bro? You know I was all about the popcorn, you know? Part 2.
Wow. Maybe a part 3. Maybe a part 4. Part 5. Wow.
Poignant.
Wow, yeah.
Poignant. So many memories.
Yeah. What a
So anyway, Poor Things won Best Costume Design.
Oh.
So Barbie getting shut out of these, I thought, Barbie had a lot of hopes for some of these kind of like, craft, production designy sort of categories. And not doing so hot. Right now, Poor Things has, I think, 3 Oscars, and Barbie sitting with a goose egg.
It's
So
going
we'll
to
see
be
if that changes, but
yeah, just going to be really annoying commentary. The
getting
discourse is
getting
gonna be
a,
so
a comment in the chat. I don't know if this is Gunner or if it's just a name that makes me think it's Gunner, but saying Poor Things is a better Barbie movie.
Wow.
So that's an interest, and the Academy or the BCS National Championship Committee seems to agree so far.
Wow. How about that? Wow.
So are we ready for this game we're gonna do, Ethan?
I think I can switch over. I'll switch us off for a second. I think it's time for a little Oscars trivia, and you can tell that it's time.
What
for
in
some
the hell are the Oscars?
We're gonna learn about this, I believe, in a moment.
Got it.
We are joined here, I believe.
Yep, there she is.
Yep. So I believe we are joined. Welcome. We're joined by Katie Denham, friend of the show.
Hi, Katie.
Hey.
Katie, what are the Oscars?
Well, here's the problem that I'm having. I muted Ethan because he was really loud, and I cannot unmute. Hold on.
Well,
you can actually. So if you right click on Ethan, you can
Oh, I found
individually
it.
adjust his volume, so you can turn hhim down a little bit.
Perfect. Well, you see
Too
what
bad we
the
don't
issue-
have that in real life, huh, folks?
Am I right? Am I right?
What happened though is that he was running through it with me, and so I was like hearing him in real time and then also on the computer, and it was just a lot coming at me from both sides.
Yeah,
Very
absolutely.
scary. Very scary.
So what I'm gleaning from this graphic is that the Oscars are something similar to the Standies, where like statues are given out for various kind of like achievements, and you're going to be giving us some trivia about that.
Yes, absolutely. So you may not know this, but I have been an Oscar fan for like since I could remember. I went to go see Brokeback Mountain when I was 12. Not should I have seen it? Probably not. But did I need to see every Oscar nominated film? Absolutely. So, what I'm trying to say is I think I'm the resident expert about Oscars and Oscar trivia. And so I have brought that to you all. Now, this
Fantastic.
trivia might be a little bit different because we have some 2024 Oscar trivia, some vintage Oscar trivia, and we also have some blind items. Do you know what
Ooh,
blind items are?
I do not.
Tell us.
Okay, so blind items are from the gossip columns. So this is now a gossip podcast. You're welcome.
Fantastic.
Yes, very exciting. So people write in anonymously, like I saw so and so, but like they don't say who it is. They give like little clues as to who it is. And so you will have to guess what which Oscar nominee this blind item is about.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Great.
Yeah.
All right.
So are you ready?
I
I'm
think
ready.
we are.
Perfect.
Is there something with this slide, or you just wanted us to? I want to make sure the
Oh, I
audience.
thought that you had it.
Great. Okay.
I did send you my slides.
Yeah. No. The
No.
slides are up. Can you see this? Yep.
No, I cannot see the slides.
Oh, you need to be watching my stream.
You got to watch the stream. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
We talked. This is fine. Let me go back. Did you have something to say with this Celine Dion quote?
This is my favorite. The Oscars.
Oh. Yep, I believe we'll
and
hear from
so
our
on.
cover of a Celine Dion song in a little bit here. But great.
Oh, as Celine Dion has famously said, I have records in gold, platinum, I have 2 Oscars, I have Grammys, and so on. It's just
Love it.
Yeah,
my favorite quote.
fantastic.
So, round 1, Oscars 2024, friends.
Can I just say
right, let's
that
bring
the
it.
definition of this image is so high, I feel like this statue is right in front of me. So this is, I'm locked in.
They're handing these out right now with the Rose Bowl.
Wow, that's exciting. Who's
Look,
gonna
the
win
quality
the
just-
movie? Yep.
I'd rather have one of these personally, but
Yeah.
all right, let's.
The quality
do it.
gets better as it goes.
All right.
It does.
Who goes first, Katie?
I don't understand the question.
Is it for each of us gets a question? How are you running this trivia show?
That's a great question. Okay, how about we do it this way? I kind of thought that you all were playing against me, the dealer.
Got it.
Okay. Oh, so
No?
we're both working together. That's fine. We can do that.
Yeah.
So let's see
Yeah.
what we've got. Let's start it off with our first question here.
Okay. This is not what I thought it was. Okay, which Best Actress in a Supporting Role nominee got her start in a Disney Channel original movie?
Okay, so
America Ferrera. Oh,
Okay,
I
Devin.
can. Do you want me to go through the noms?
Yeah, you can read them. Sorry, I didn't realize you were going to
Sure.
do that. Didn't we talk about it?
America Ferrera, Jodie Foster, Danielle Brooks, Davine Joy Randolph, or Emily Blunt.
Wow. All right,
So
Devin.
I'm leading Jodie Foster because I think Taxi Driver was a Disney Channel original movie.
Yeah.
Famously, yeah.
Ethan, do you have any ideas?
I would literally
I don't know who Danielle Brooks is, I have to say.
I would do anything to curry favor with Jodie Foster. So, you know, whatever is required of me to win over her favor, I will do it. And so
I'm gonna say America Ferrera. That sounds familiar to me for some reason.
that seems right. She had so much preparation for the Barbie monologue by being
I grew up watching so many Disney Channel original movies as a kid, I have to say. Like the 13th Year, I remember, Under Wraps, Halloween Town. But
Wait, time out. I will have to say, this movie is one of the only movies in that time period that did not have Ryan Merriman. And we can talk about my Ryan Merriman pipeline, but I digress. Continue.
Well,
Okay.
I'm going to make my vote for America Ferrera.
I will go along with you, Devin, in that. So I believe the next slide will be the reveal, right?
It will indeed. Si se puede.
Hey! We're on the board.
Fantastic.
We're on the board.
So America Ferrera was in Gotta Kick It Up, which was about a down on their luck dance team in a predominantly Latinx school. They had their trials and tribulations of growing up. And she famously coined the washing machine dance, which
Oh, yes, of
you
course.
may not know. Yeah.
The washing machine
And,
dance, yes.
It's been said that Barack Obama took his slogan "We can do it" from Si se puede, which was their chant in the film.
It's sorry.
So we have the
Yeah.
Obama presidency to thank for
No. We have them to thank for the Obama presidency.
Yeah. No, that's
yes.
yeah. Well, in that case, America Ferrera, when are you gonna answer for your crime?
All right, we're on the board, Devin. I think
I
it's
didn't
time.
know that America Ferrera drone bombed a wedding. But anyway, we've got a point.
All right, we're on the board, which brings us to our next question. Oh, I guess I should do better. Here we go.
Which Best Actor in a Supporting Role nominee played the titular role in the TV series Young Hercules? Was it Sterling K. Brown, Robert De Niro, Ryan Gosling, Mark Ruffalo, or Robert Downey Jr.?
I would love for it to be Robert De Niro.
Have you ever heard of this show, Ethan?
Uh,
Because I know there's like Hercules with whatever his name is, the guy that's in all the Christian movies now.
yeah.
Kevin something.
Kevin Sorbo,
right?
yeah.
Kevin
Oh,
Sorbo.
Kevin Sorbo. With
Yeah.
Xena,
So-
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now Xena's like a spin-off of it. Yeah. So like, I'm leaning Ruffalo. He kind of has a Herculean vibe to me, maybe, but I mean, I don't know if they're going for like more of a like kind of like, you know, just like young heartthrob, young Hercules. I guess Gosling could have been it.
Yeah. It's
Ethan,
definitely
you
between
pick
those
the-
two.
I picked the last one. You make the call.
It's definitely between those two.
And we can't look at the chat because the chat we can't be.
Oh
sure the
shoot,
chat's
I will not. Well, unfortunately, we see in what way does Mark Ruffalo have a Herculean vibe? And because of that
I don't
comment,
know,
I'm gonna
he's
go
kinda-
with Mark Ruffalo.
he's-
I'm going with
he's
Mark
kinda beefy.
Ruffalo.
He's
He
kind of
did play
beefy,
the
right?
Hulk. How dare you?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
going
the
with
Hulk.
Mark.
The Hulk
I'm
is
locked
like
into Mark Ruffalo
Herculean.
based alone on that comment from chat. So, Mark Ruffalo. Sound good, Devin?
Sounds good to me.
Let's see how we did.
Yeah,
Oh!
no,
Ah.
Look at that!
Yeah, I
would
don't-
need-
How is he
I don't
balding
buy
in that
that.
photo? What is
I don't.
this? Excuse
That is not
me?
young Hercules to me. That is like
That is
that is supporting member of Robin Hood's Merry Men. Like,
look.
Wow.
Ryan Gosling in his prime. You all don't understand. He got his start in the Mickey Mouse Club. All right. He was with Britney Spears and like Justin Timberlake, JT, all those people. But after he got out of the Mickey Mouse Club, guess where he went? Back home to Canada. And guess what he did
oh,
there?
this
He
is a
did
Canadian
Young
show.
Ah.
It was. I mean, it was like,
Ah,
yeah,
see,
it was a comedy.
I have to apologize. If I knew this was a Canadian show, I would not have thought that like just such a icon of masculinity like a Mark Ruffalo would have been the Canadian young Hercules. I assumed this was an American production. And that's my bad. That's my bad.
Guess what? There are other countries, Devin.
I'm not familiar with them.
Well,
Speaking of, best international feature film, Zone of Interest. Great timing.
Great.
Oh.
I don't know where that's from or what it has to do with, I'm assuming it's like Hawaii or some faraway part of America.
I couldn't make
with
any
Zone
sense of
Interest.
it. There wasn't anything. Nothing was clear to me about that film. So who can say?
Absolutely.
Impossible to interpret. God, it's
Definitely.
British. Oh, that's so boring. Okay.
Well, it's
Okay.
in German, to be fair. It's not like, it's not like
Okay.
a fucking Jane Austen adaptation.
1 out of 2. 1 out of 2. Let's see what's up next.
Which best actor in a lead role tearfully laments about missing a person his biographic is about, despite the fact he never met this person?
Oh, yeah.
It has
Is
to be
it-
Bradley Cooper.
It's Bradley Cooper. We don't even
need to read these nominees. It
This
has
is definitely
to be Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. This is him being like it's
Yeah,
not
do you
great.
think Cillian Murphy was crying about not meeting Oppenheimer? I will be shocked.
Yeah. Cillian Murphy took like 10 minutes to be like, oh, to Oppenheimer. Well, what he did was sort of fucked up anyways. I'm gonna read the script for 2 hours and do my lines and then head back to Ireland. So it's definitely Bradley Cooper. Let's
Man.
see. Oh.
He's self-explanatory.
Oh, yep, there we go.
Have you
The
seen
nose
Maestro?
knows.
I saw it, yeah.
What did you think?
It was fine. I gave it like 3 stars on Letterboxd. I thought it had like, I didn't like hate it. Like if I divorced myself from like the metatextual stuff about Bradley Cooper, it had some like okay stuff going on, but I don't know. It wasn't exactly doing much for me. It just felt very like, please give me the Oscar, I guess. Like I couldn't get over how much he was like begging for the Oscar on screen. What did you think, Katie?
I didn't see it, but I did see the interview that he did with Leonard Versity's adult children, and while he was sobbing about missing him, and they literally were just like, "This is awkward." They're like, "How'd you know my dad?" I didn't. So
Wow.
that's my understanding of that. But I did know this is like what Bradley Cooper's. He's up for. Is this his 6th Oscar nomination? Like,
Oh, I have
Oh, wow.
well, what? Because he definitely A Star Is Born, right?
right.
And
But he also he like got a writing Oscar nom for this movie. He got another writing Oscar nom and another directing Oscar nom. And so Star is Born, and then he has 5 that I'm
looks like
thinking of now.
5. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Never.
Across various categories, but
Wow.
Yeah.
uh,
So
oh yeah,
anyway,
Best Actor for
Bradley.
Surviving's Playbook, American
yeah.
Hustle, American
Mhm.
Sniper, A
Mhm.
Star Is
Cool.
Born. He got a fucking He was a producer of Joker, so he got a Best Picture nomination for Joker.
What? Oh, and who can forget Wet
And
Hot
also
American
Nightmare
Summer?
Alley.
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
Who knew?
It's really
He
hard to
started off.
maintain the bit about how we don't know what the Oscars are during this part of the show.
Sorry.
All right, well, 2
I'm
out of
like,
3 ain't so bad.
bro.
On to our
Yeah.
next. All right. Let's see what we
You
got.
gonna get the next one?
Ooh, we're on to round 2.
Yes. Vintage Oscars.
No idea what Oscars are here. Anyways.
Oh, you're in for a real treat here. A real treat. Okay.
Ooh.
So the Oscars, you used to be able to like write in nominations.
Whoa, I had
So
no idea.
yeah. So there was one Oscar that was won by someone who was not formally nominated. So which Oscar winner won by write-in? Was it Betty Davis from Of Human Bondage, Hal Moore, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Audrey Hepburn, Roman Holiday, or Kirk Cameron, Left Behind the movie?
God, I'd love for it to be
So-
Kirk Cameron.
It's really feeling like Kirk Cameron to me, but
Yeah.
let's pay let's at least pay homage to the other nominations here.
Mhm.
So the other choices. I am under the impression, Audrey. I am not actually good on like pre 1945 cinema, or even
Wow.
like pre 1970 cinema, to be honest. I'm under the impression Audrey Hepburn has won an Oscar, so I'm at least like, I'm like, I'm not coming from nowhere on that. I've never heard of Hal Moore, I have to say. I have heard of Betty Davis, Rod Stewart, thanks for that. Seems like that is a possibility as well. Ethan, do you have any leads?
I've heard of Human Bondage, the act. So I think it's almost like Audrey Hepburn seems like the obvious choice to me, you know?
But doesn't it feel like she would have been nominated though?
That's a good point, because the other like
I feel like the Shakespeare adaptation is the one that a bunch of old people in the 30s would just be like, but I liked the Shakespeare movie.
That's a good point. That is a very good point. Oh God, yeah. You have to remember like what terrible. Yeah, how was the Academy of the BCS Championship? How were they leaning in the 30s? Yeah, do we want to say
By the way,
Hal
this is speaking of write-ins and associated things, this is a great time to give voice to the fact that if you are in a state in which you can vote for uncommitted in your Democratic primary, that would be a great thing to do, such as the state of Washington, in which you live, Ethan.
There is
I don't live there.
You can tell just how angry it makes
I didn't want to
my
out your
father.
location without your consent.
If there's one thing you can do to make your like blue MAGA father so angry, you're gonna have a blast. Vote uncommitted and then send him a text to it. If possible, do it directly after he has watched the State of the Union and good times will follow from that. So can't recommend it enough. I think we go with Hal Moore.
Let's go. Hal, give us some more points.
Because you think, like, in the 1930s, with how terrible Hollywood is now and then, they'd probably be like, me write in the name of a dame? Impossible. So I'm going to go with the guy that did Shakespeare. All right. So Hal Moore. Let's see how we did. Ah!
You're correct. It was
yep.
Hal Moore. However.
Look at his face. Look at his face.
So this was in 1935 for A Midsummer Night's Dream. However, the year before, Betty Davis had been written in and almost won the Oscar, but she was one vote short.
Wow. That's wild.
Not getting
Also,
an Oscar from a write-in.
What is this business with someone finally wins by write-in and then they discontinue it the next year? What cowards?
No more. Audrey Hepburn did actually win an Oscar for Roman Holiday. It was just in 1960 or in 1954.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was just like, she's too famous to not get the nomination, was my thought.
She does have an Oscar. Yes.
Wow.
But isn't that crazy though? They saw somebody win with that and they said absolutely no more.
Yeah, just to be clear, we only meant this as a gesture. We did not
meant to do it. The fuck? Audience, we'd love to hear who would you write in this year for any of the awards. Devin?
Natalie Portman. Oh no, I'm sorry. Julianne Moore for supporting actress, and then can I give I'm trying to decide if this would be a supporting or a lead, but if
I'm hearing
can give
Second
lead to
City,
Penelope,
I'm hearing May December showing up in the chat.
Yeah, May December basically for
December was
every category because
fun.
it was my favorite movie of the year, but also Penelope Cruz, Best Actress for Ferrari, completely robbed. I think Penelope Cruz in Ferrari was the best performance I saw last year of any film, lead, supporting, actor, actress. So I don't know if that's a lead or a supporting. I don't know how that shit works. Just tell me what category she's in and she's winning it, in my opinion.
Devin, can I just say that I'm noticing a glaring omission that you did not mention Margot Robbie for Barbie. After everything that she has been through, that's just...
Yeah,
I think you should just check yourself, because she's been through so much, and it was so well deserved. As the discourse has informed me that it was well deserved. So,
absolutely.
Margot robbed, exactly. Wow. Okay.
Here's the thing. I will say, like, you know, it's apples and oranges because there's different categories. So I would need to think who is the competition. Not considering who the competition is, I think Margot is way more deserving than Ferrera of a nomination. And I actually think Gosling deserves a nomination and possibly a win. But I think Margot is like, I think her not getting nominated, I actually do think, you know, I do think if we accept just kind of the boundaries of what the Oscars does, she probably should have been nominated because the degree of difficulty on that role is so much higher than the America Ferrera role. I don't know how one gets nominated and the other doesn't. So,
but
there was like the Jodie Foster swimming movie or whatever. So.
Right. Would you like an Oscar spoiler right now?
Yeah, no, please.
What's going on? What's going on, Oscar Town?
RDJ just won for Best Supporting Actor.
God damn it.
Who won? Downey?
RDJ, yeah.
Well.
But Marshala Ali and Mark Ruffalo were both wearing artist pins for Ceasefire.
Oh, Robert Downey Jr. was?
No, Mark Ruffalo when they panned to him. So have you all been like, Robert Downey, are you serious?
That's why I was surprised.
Well, so was Mark Ruffalo. But anyway,
cool.
So I don't know if you all have noticed the like how they're are you watching the Oscars at all? I am.
No.
But
no, we have like just the AP thing up.
Okay.
Keep track,
the way that they're the format is like very different this year because for the big awards, they're doing the previous winners coming through and they're giving a monologue about the nominee. And instead of playing like a scene from the movie, they're doing
Oh, I
like
hate that.
they're talking about the person.
My note to the Oscars is more clips. All I want to see are clips, baby. Just
I want
clips
to
all
know
the way
how to
down.
go to a movie theater because I watched the Oscars. So anyway,
We're 3 out of
let's
4, I
continue.
believe, right?
Yeah, we're doing pretty well so far.
All right, time for our next.
All right. Ooh, yeah, this is fun. These two actresses tied for Best Actress, resulting in the only tie ever recorded in Oscar history, which means that they both did get Oscars.
Wow.
Is it Betty Davis and Joan Crawford, Marilyn Monroe and Eartha Kitt, Katharine Hepburn and Barbara Streisand, and Ingrid Bergman and Audrey Hepburn?
Man, I have no idea.
I shit. I want to go with. Oh, do I though? I think maybe Betty Davis and Joan Crawford. It was either that.
I was leaning there too.
Okay,
I was leaning there too. So let's just go with that.
All right, we're locking in Betty Davis and Joan Crawford.
No.
Oh,
it was actually Katharine
really?
Hepburn and Barbara Streisand. So the
Wow.
funny thing about this too is that Katharine Hepburn was notorious. She never went to the Oscars. She never picked up her Oscars. She won 4 Oscars and 2 consecutively. So, but she never attended the Oscars. And so when it was announced in 1969 that there was a tie, she was not there, obviously. And instead of Ingrid Bergman, who is the presenter, like taking it away and accepting on her behalf, she said, "Oh, but there's a tie." And Barbara Streisand got up to do her first Oscar acceptance speech, and she was in a beautiful sequined pantsuit.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, that's awkward.
Isn't it so awkward? But like
Yeah.
everyone knew that Catherine just doesn't come to the Oscar.
I guess that's less awkward than 2 people giving a speech.
Just waiting in line.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 out of 5.
All right.
3 out of 5.
All right.
Oh,
All right.
Question.
Here we are,
the
blind
blind
items.
All right.
Okay. Let's see. So here's the thing. This is how this is. You don't get any choices for these. You just get
Got
to
it.
try to answer them. Okay?
Love it. Love it.
Great.
You ready?
All right.
Ready.
Which Oscar winner has been dubbed Dino Bones on the internet due to rumors of his penchant for wearing headphones during intimacy? And it's also said that he listens to monologues. It's not music. He's just listening to monologues.
Why Dino
DiCaprio?
Bones? I could
Well,
very
that's like,
much.
isn't that like, is that
I
like
could
just like a headphone brand or something?
Oh, is it?
Like Skull Candy? That's what it made me think of.
You don't
is
need to
Skull
tell us,
Candy
Katie, if it
headphones.
is, if it would reveal the answer.
I will tell you another reason that this person might also be called Dino Bones when we get to the answer.
Okay. Huh.
So maybe he's old. That would be a reason to be called Dino Bones.
Yeah, I mean,
listening to monologues.
Yes.
Jeez. Bradley Cooper hasn't won. I know Bradley Cooper probably does this, but he hasn't won. So there's another person who does this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is anyone coming to mind for you, Ethan?
I have no idea.
I could see Pacino doing this.
That's yeah, I could.
I don't think Max von Sydow ever won one.
See, if it was Pacino, though, the question would be like, who has proudly explained how he listens to, he wears headphones during intimacy. Like
the thing I know about
this is what I do. So it's probably not Pacino the way it's phrased.
The thing I know about DiCaprio is that he has relationships with very young women, and many of them. So I'm like, there's a high probability this would be leaked, and also I think less of him. So I'm like, I'm willing to brand him with a guess, even if it's wrong.
Fuck it, let's go with Leo.
All right.
Leonardo DiCaprio. Hey! All right.
Whoa!
Yeah. Wow.
You all
Who knew
really
it?
you got that the other reason for his name right off the bat because he's an old man who sleeps with very young women. So
Yeah,
did
yeah.
you
There we
all
go.
Bones.
he was with a model that the day after she turned 25 he dumped her.
Yep, that seems to be yeah, that he sucks. All right.
Yeah.
This is my thing.
Wow.
This is my thing.
Yes, sir.
Like, let's just assume all of it.
Consensual,
You're
but
Leonardo. Let's pretend we're even okay with it. Let's pretend we're okay with the fact that Leo wants to dump the woman the day after her 25th birthday. He can't go like fucking like 2 weeks. Like, come on, dude.
no.
Like, what the, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe it was the
right.
monologues getting to him.
Now, what are we at now?
Well, I
we
can't
at
believe
four,
we got that.
Four
So
out
that's
of
4
six.
points. Yeah.
4 out of 6. Okay. All right.
A lot of voting members still remember what this illiterate actress did to the three named actress, who is an Oscar winner nominee. Is this the reason why the director was not nominated for Best Director this year?
Ooh. Oh.
What is a? Oh, go ahead.
Wait, sorry. A lot of voting members still remember what the illiterate Greta Gerwig
Did to the three named actress who is an Oscar. I mean, Greta Gerwig is illiterate, so it has to be that. I don't know. I don't know what this refers to though.
A lot of young voting members still remember did to the three named
Someone with
actress.
like three names, like Anya Taylor-Joy kind of style name.
Right. Good job. Yes. Nice.
So yeah, it's got to be Greta Gerwig, but I don't know what this refers to.
All right, we're going with Greta Gerwig, okay?
Well, you're a third of the part correct. So, it is. Noah Baumbach was married to Jennifer Jason Leigh for years.
Oh.
And then he did A Marriage Story and got connected with Greta Gerwig, cheated on Jennifer Jason Leigh with Greta Gerwig.
Wow.
That she was his affair partner. He divorced from Jennifer Jason Leigh, and then Noah and Greta got married.
Wow. So maybe that's what that's what's happening here.
I mean, perhaps, or maybe, there were other reasons.
Well, we guessed Greta Gerwig.
Jennifer
so,
Jason Leigh
yeah.
is a voting member, so.
Got it.
She
I
certainly
didn't realize
get that
their
vote.
relationship was that recent. Actually, I have to say.
So what are we?
I
5 out of
associate
7.
them together, but
5 out of
yeah,
7.
we're up to 5. We're up to 5 points now.
Perfect 5 out of 7.
Okay, well, this is your bonus round.
All right, let's see what we got. Oh, bonus round, indeed. Ooh.
Which Oscar winner nominee is responsible for my sexual awakening?
Great.
Ethan, I simply have to sit this question out.
But can I please just take you through every one of these? So obviously we have Leonardo DiCaprio, who this was kind of right off of Growing Pains, right off of What's Eating Gilbert Grape. I think this was circa Romeo and Juliet. So that was that area. Cillian Murphy, 2003 with 2002 was you know what I'm talking about. The zombie movie with 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was circa 2003. He was in an Irish film about obviously the Irish Revolution. That's what it is.
Dope.
That man right there, Robert De Niro. There he is. And then right next to him, Jodie Foster.
I would do anything for her.
This was taken from MySpace. her now defunct page. Paul Giamatti, 2004, I believe, Big Fat Liar with Frankie Muniz and I
Yeah.
think Amanda Bynes.
It appears
Uh,
playing Mystique from the X-Men universe.
But that was the moment he blew himself. And Viggo Mortensen, obviously.
Well, the fact
Love
that you
Vigo.
pronounce it like that, I'm going to take him out of the running, but go on.
Is that wrong?
No, it's just I'm learning.
Listen,
What is it?
I'm using all these clues.
Ethan, sometimes you're too busy having a sexual awakening to look up pronunciations.
How is his name pronounced?
Just like
Mortensen.
that.
Mortensen. Oh,
I think. I mean, that's what
Viggo
I say.
that would make
Mortensen.
sense.
Anyways.
Mortensen. That would make more sense. And then Ryan Gosling.
Well,
that
maybe.
is circa,
Yeah.
that's circa Breaker High and Young Hercules.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Ruffalo, circa View from the Top, and 2007 with Gwyneth Paltrow.
The Herculean Mark
Kaluuya.
Ruffalo.
Yeah.
Daniel Kaluuya, which actually he got his start on Skins, which was a UK show. And then Lily Gladstone, because she's beautiful. And I love her.
So
Ethan,
sexual
what do you got
awakening
for
is
this one?
It's telling me that probably not some of the later editions.
Yeah, but which sexual awakening? Was it the first one? Was it the second one? It's like
fair
it's
point.
like feminism. You have waves.
Yeah, that's hard to argue with that point.
Yeah, so Ethan, were you guys married before or after the release of Killers of the Flower Moon?
When we went to see it, which we went to go see it together, we accidentally went to an open captioning version of it, so we saw all.
That's right.
Which
that's
was
right,
great
yeah.
because Katie likes the captions during these things. So
there you go.
yeah,
There you go.
so I guess it worked out all right.
A lot of mumbly actors these days. You know, you need the captions.
So I'm gonna say it's between Cillian Murphy and Mark Ruffalo, and I'm probably leaning towards Mark Ruffalo because I feel like he was better known earlier on than Cillian Murphy, because Cillian Murphy's early stuff for like a US audience was like Batman Begins and shit. So maybe 28 Days Later, but which is not like a very sexy role. So I think like Mark Ruffalo had those early
he's kind of darkly he's very sexy in 28 Days Later.
So there is a
Like the final
full-on-
scene where Naomi Harris thinks he might be a zombie and he's like shirtless and like the rain, like
Oh my gosh. Did you know that they have a different ending in the UK?
no. What's the ending in the UK?
Ending in the UK that they aired in the UK, he dies.
Oh shit.
It's like completely different than the American version or like the worldwide release. But he
So
does
like in the
have
US version he says like that was longer than a heartbeat, right? When she doesn't kill him. So in the UK version, does he just go like, "Well, that's what you said you would do at the beginning of the movie"? So fair enough.
She doesn't kill him. He gets.
Oh, but he dies later.
Wow.
Yeah, but he dies later.
I'm going with Mark
so
Ruffalo. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Okay, I need one more TV timeout. I have a lot of facts about Cillian Murphy. Okay,
Yeah, you're just denying the inevitable, but go on.
In the movie 28 Days Later, that he has a full frontal scene. So
That is a good point.
I
That
mean,
is a very good point.
Is it sexy? Is it not sexy? Who knows? Who's to say? Anyway, your guess is Mark Ruffalo.
I'm locking in. Devin, does that work for you?
I mean, I gotta be honest, it's sounding like Cillian Murphy to me. But I'm not gonna guess when your wife's sexual awakening was. I'll let you do that.
Great point.
Shit. Do I go with Mark Ruffalo or Cillian Murphy?
Do I listen to my gut or do I listen to my best friends?
Devin,
Did you know that Cillian Murphy was almost signed to a record label and decided that he actually wasn't that good of a songwriter and wanted to go to acting?
It's kind of like how we realized we were bad at that, and then we decided to be bad at making podcasts. So
I do know that fact because you told it to me, and I said, that's a good fact. Now you told it to me, so we can't use it for trivia. but I like that question. So I was familiar with that because it was a question that unfortunately you spoiled by asking me ahead of time.
I did spoil that question. Yes.
Maybe I just go with Cillian Murphy because he's also got the Irish thing going on.
You know I love Ireland.
I think I'm gonna go with.
Although Ruffalo has good politics too, actually.
That's true, but I don't know if that was as a parent when he was just like the heartthrob stage. I'm gonna go, like, Cillian Murphy to me is a more interesting choice, and so I'm going to default to Cillian Murphy. Katie.
Man, we need Eve Sedgwick to come in and like decode that sentence.
Katie, what's
a
the
more
answer?
Interesting choice for me.
Cillian Murphy was definitely a highlight of my teenage years. However,
oh no,
my sexual awakening was indeed Leonardo DiCaprio.
What?
What? Dino Bones
Old
himself.
Dino Bones.
Old Dino Bones.
Dino
Bones. I'm 15
Wow.
years too late for him.
Wow. That's, you know, I mean,
do you think if we got you like a fake passport a la like the talented Mr. Ripley, that would be enough for him? Does he just care about the numbers? Like,
No, but that's a great question. I would love to find out. No, I actually don't think. I think for him, I was like very into him in Growing Pains. He was in Growing Pains, and I was very into him with that because I didn't like Kirk Cameron. But I also saw What's Eating Gilbert Grape, which I feel I don't. I'm just gonna leave that there. So,
well, you let us on there with. I was really like, a lot of talk about Cillian Murphy, so we played ourselves.
I mean,
which means we ended with what? 5 out of 8. So,
I guess so. Sure. Is that a passing grade?
Is that a passing grade, or did we make
5
the cut,
divided
Katie?
by 8? 62.5%. I don't know. I think we lost.
I mean, there's room for growth.
You know, the real winner here, unfortunately, is old Dino Bones. Leo DiCaprio. That motherfucker is the real winner.
Laughing all the way to the bank.
God damn it. Well, Katie, thank you so much for leading us on this journey through both the history of whatever the Oscars are, as well as the history of your own sexual awakening. We appreciate
oh my gosh.
The journey you've led us on.
Thank you so much, Katie. Before we go to break, I just want to come in with a quick Oscars update.
Wow.
So first off, the win that I am most pumped about from the evening, and I think one of our upcoming guests, Dan, and maybe Mike too, will be pumped about this. Best visual effects, Godzilla -1. Hell yeah, that movie fucking rules. That movie rocks. I do think it has good special effects because of bad labor practices, so I apologize for my previous comments.
Yeah, well, no ethical consumption.
It fucking rules.
Great.
And then Oppenheimer has its first win of the night.
Oh, wow.
Film editing. Best film editing.
Okay.
I believe it's been said that editing is the essence of cinema. And so perhaps Oppenheimer is also.
Yeah.
So right now, Oppenheimer is up 1-0 on Barbie, but they're both like well behind Poor Things.
We'll probably put it up.
I'm sorry. Oppenheimer's up 2-0. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
Oppenheimer's up 2-0.
So
I forgot about Downey Jr. already.
We'll probably put the editing over the top. Is there were those scenes that were in black and white, so I was like, oh, this is objective. You know, I don't have that guide for some of the other films, and so I think that really probably put it over the top. I really it was clear to me.
What's interesting about Maestro is it's entirely objective for the first part of the film, and then it becomes subjective as it goes, because, you know, that's how it works. It's, you know, this is part of why America's gone down the tubes, because cinema used to be objective. You know?
Yeah.
And then, you know, what was the first color film? I was going to say The Jazz Singer, but that's sound.
Was the first color film not Wizard of Oz?
I sure don't know. It's almost like I teach this at universities.
Wow.
First color film. Visit to the Seaside. Okay.
Swing and a miss.
Good to know.
Well, Katie, thank you so much.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy that I got to share all these wonderful Oscar trivia and my sexual awakening history with the people online. So
Yeah.
there's no way this will come back to bite me in the butt.
Nope, not a
Listen,
chance.
based on the numbers we're seeing right now, that's definitely true.
You're getting shout outs from the chat, Katie. Thank you so much. And with that, Devin, I think we take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to be hearing about the best ensemble performance. Am I right there?
That is
Nope.
correct. And we'll have
before that, before best ensemble, though, looking at my notes, we're going to have Dan and Mike on.
Well, we're going to talk about it with them, but we're also going to talk about Barbenheimer with our guests, Dan Milanowski and Mike Opal, after the song.
All right. We'll be back after that.
Bye.
Tin soldiers and Rogan's coming. We're finally on our own. I saw the topic trending. COVID on Rogan show. 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 Gotta get down to it. Spotify shutting us down. This should have been done long ago. What if you took the vaccine, they found you dead on the ground? How can you jab when you know? COVID on Rogan show. COVID on Rogan show. COVID on Rogan show. COVID on Rogan show.
Man, that song is short. It's so short that Ethan is not back, and I cannot control what's happening. Can the chat hear me? Is this coming through to the chat? Or am I like completely silenced while I wait for Ethan to come back? Ethan, you have to hurry. Okay, thank you. The chat can hear me. Ethan is not back, and I can't make it not be this image. But what do you guys want to hear about? What does the chat want? Does the chat want my takes on anything? Oh, Ethan's back. Thank God. Ethan,
Hey,
you were not fast
folks.
enough. You were
Hey,
not fast enough.
it's all part
All
of
right.
the live programming.
All right. Well, so I think it's time for us to have Dan and Mike on if they're ready to go. All right, they're
think
talking
they are.
about Tenet in the chat. That seems like they're ready, so I'm going to go ahead and pop them in here. Dan and Mike, if you can turn your cameras on. Seems like they're ready.
And turn the Twitch stream off.
And turn the Twitch stream off, yeah. And unmute yourselves and camera yourselves up. We've got and while that's happening, I'm gonna just tweet to everybody that you're on the podcast. So
Yeah.
So we're live now with Bad Opinions Man. And Mike, what is your thing again? It's like Fart Absolute.
Oh, well, I don't have a Twitter anymore.
Oh,
That's-
okay.
It was Fart Absolute, yes.
Do you want to be in this tweet just as Mike Opal, or do you want me to just say and someone else? Well, how would you prefer it?
Someone else.
And
Yes, that's
someone
Wise.
else.
Wise.
All right. The tweet is out. Okay. So, listeners, you may remember Dan from our episode on Demons and Demons 2.
Yep.
You may remember Mike from our episode on Saving Private Ryan. Two of my best buds. Two people I spent a lot of time on Discord with. And we're here live. We're here live. And lest I get off topic. Best documentary short film Oscar has been giving out to The Last Repair Shop, and I would like just everybody's live reactions to that quickly.
So I think of the people here, I'm the only one actually watching the Oscars. So you guys missed that Kate McKinnon made a joke about sending nudes to Steven Spielberg. I want you to know it really is Hollywood's biggest night. I mean, you're missing, you're missing the show.
Mm-hmm. Everybody is just now. Everyone's leaving the chat. Everyone's like going and inventing time travel so they can.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, how is Steven Spielberg not Dino Bones? Am I right?
That's a good point, Devin. That's thanks for making that.
No one's
Well,
ever.
but he wasn't Dino Bones because he made dinosaurs live on the screen. You know, and that's very different.
Yeah.
So
so
Mike and Dan.
McKinnon did do an extended bit about how Jurassic Park isn't a documentary.
That sounds hilarious.
Oh, I was guffawing.
I'm assuming you wrote it all down and you can just reproduce it for us now.
Yeah, all right. I'll be Kate McKinnon and American Ferrara. I love documentaries like Jurassic World Dominion. Kate, those aren't documentaries.
That's crazy.
Wow, that's
the magic of Hollywood. That's the magic of Hollywood, and that's
incredible.
why we can't possibly compete.
Yeah.
But speaking of Hollywood, I've got these papers in front of me. You know, to make it. This is like the Jon Stewart bit from like circa like 2004. Like I'm just like relapsing to like when I was like a lib in like middle school, and it's just like if you have some papers in front of you. People think, you know, there's something written on them that's meaningful.
True.
But we wanted to talk to you guys about Barbenheimer. We wanted to talk about this phenomenon that swept cinemas, right? People going back to the movies and people seeing original adapted screenplays according to Academy rules in the cinema.
Devin,
Yes.
But before we begin, though, I think we just need to the elephant in the room. Can we explain why we have an episode on Oppenheimer, but not an episode on Barbie? Because it's been a point of discourse that is the case, and so I think we need to address this here and now.
My guess would be unexamined sexism. Anybody else have alternative theories?
Chat, if you have any alternative theories, you'd be really doing us a favor, so let us know. Otherwise, we'll have to leave it at that. So, yeah.
Well, the thing is, does anyone want to hear us talk about Barbie, I guess would be my question. I think we missed the boat. We probably should have done a Barbenheimer episode, looking back. But we're trying to make penance for that now by talking about Barbenheimer as a cultural phenomenon.
That's a good point.
So, like, Dan and Mike, you're both people that you're huge, like, very intelligent film scholars, film thinkers, film watchers, filmmakers, some of you. But you're also people that are very, like, plugged into what's going on in film generally, like the trends in film, Hollywood, etc. Did Barbenheimer, do you think, mean anything? Does it mean anything for cinema going forward? Does it represent, is it a microcosm of a dissatisfaction with the MCU, a dissatisfaction with franchise filmmaking, a desire for original properties, however we define them? Or was it a, like, coincidence that these two movies that were very, like, boy-coded and girl-coded came out at the same day, and it just happened to lead to a good advertising opportunity? Or is it something in between? What do you guys think about it?
I'll go. I'm watching Ukraine win for best documentary right now. But
20 days in Mariupol, the same day that I saw Zelensky's cameo in Billions season 7, which came out like a year ago, but I watched it today. So,
wow.
But one of the big things about the Barbenheimer phenomenon, right, it's probably less to, I think, about Hollywood and more about the longevity of theaters, right? I mean, it's really, I guess both of those are, no, they're not both Warner Brothers films. Only one of them is, right? So they really don't have much to do with each other, but besides the arbitrariness of the date, but they do exist as something that AMC and smaller theaters can market, right? So they're a great opportunity for theaters, which really struggled last year because, as everyone knows, nothing really hit outside of Barbenheimer to bring in audiences. Yeah. But what we saw, interestingly, is that for workers at these theaters, it was a miserable experience. Go figure. Barbenheimer did not bring in great crowds. The Nighthawk in Prospect Park in Brooklyn unionized in large part due to the harassment that they saw at Barbenheimer screenings of people coming in drunk.
So both are leftist movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
By virtue of their material effects, these are leftist films.
As intended. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike, what do you think about all this?
I mean, I do think that it was surprisingly not astroturfed, at least at first. It became a sort of marketing thing, but it I mean, insofar as they became, as Barbenheimer, the phenomenon became a symbol for theaters. I mean, what is most interesting to me is how it expanded, sort of like, as Dan was saying, like outside of something specific to either film. Like you have Christopher McQuarrie and Tom Cruise being like, we love Barbenheimer, which oddly then becomes also marketing for Dead Reckoning, to be a promotion of not even just the theatrical experience, but a sort of a democratized blockbuster experience, which is the kind of funny paradox of the Barbenheimer thing, because it's like, it's not about tie-ins, because you can't make a product that you can, like a saleable tie-in that is Barbenheimer. It would be like horrifying. But so they can kind of exploit the impossibility of the marketing tactic that can never be reproduced. But it's sort of like a sort of everybody wins phenomenon.
Mm-hmm. But Dead Reckoning didn't win, actually, right? Like, Dead Reckoning underperformed. Right?
It did underperform, but they're definitely, I mean, they changed the title because it underperformed so badly.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing I wonder about too, right? Because it's like, when I'm just thinking about tendencies of cinema, and like the theater going experience, like such a negative aspect of the theater going experience to me in 2023 that I will remember was how many films I went to see in theaters that ended up being half a movie. And sometimes I knew that was going to be the case, like Dead Reckoning Part 1. Sometimes I didn't know it was going to be the case, like Across the Spider-Verse or Fast 10. But all the, and like Dune is kind of a part of this, like, because like we've had like, MCU shit obviously for a long time, which is a little bit of a different thing, but we got a lot of movies this past year that were literally like half a movie.
Yeah, Devin, we
like,
see Spider-Man together, the Into the Spider-Verse?
We did.
And we didn't know it was going to be a part one.
Yeah, I'm looking at my watch and I'm just like, there's not enough time.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. You realize the worst thing about these films is you realize with 20 minutes left, like, oh no, it's not happening. So
yeah, and I had the same experience seeing Fast 10 by myself, and I remember when we saw Spider-Verse together, it ended, and a young man, I believe, behind us screamed, "I'm not waiting a year for this," at the top of his lungs. And our sorry news to him was you are. Like, there's nothing you can do about it, right?
Well, joke's on that kid. I mean, it looks like more than a year now, right? I mean, I think the strikes definitively pushed back the release date of that one.
Well, that's actually kind of, in Dead Reckoning Part 2, which is now going to be called something else as well, right? Like, this is sort of actually kind of, it's a very interesting timing for me, because it's like we had this year with all these Part 1 of 2-part movies. And then we had this big phenomenon with 2 self-contained movies that everyone went and saw. And then we had the labor strikes, which have then pushed back the Part 2s of the Part 1s significantly and kind of messed up their rhythm. And I'm curious to see if that's going to be like reflected in box office, if that's going to be reflected in future like Hollywood production approaches or whatnot. Do you guys have any thoughts about any of that?
I think, frankly, no. I mean, right? I mean, Spider-Man's going to be fine, and Spider-Man's going to be Sony's big one. I mean, I don't know if I'm the only one here who saw Madam Web, which is the best film of 2024 so far. But, it really seems that Sony does not care about the quality of these things, and it's just going to keep pumping out the license, right? So I can't imagine there's a world in which Sony specifically changes any of their plans with regard to, box office outcome, quality, fan reaction. This seems immaterial to whatever's going on in that C-suite. But the rest of them, I mean, I don't know. We're getting... we may actually... The only reason we may not get Fast 11 is because of Vin's accusations, right? Which now are a dark cloud over that series. But otherwise, I mean, why not just give Cruise Dead Reckoning? Except to spite him for signing... I think he just signed an all-over deal with Warner Brothers or something. Which included a promise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we're gonna see he's gonna get weird again. So that's really exciting. I mean, I think if we can take anything away from tonight, it's that the success of Poor Things does say that like Hollywood wants a couple freaks again. Now, who knows if those freaks will make good films? But we're looking at a new era of freaks, and we're gonna see how that turns out.
Love it. Quick interruption just to say another win for Oppenheimer, best cinematography. So Oppenheimer has won editing and cinematography. Seems like it's heading towards director to me. Mike, anything you want to add before we pivot to kind of maybe talking about Oppenheimer and Barbie as individual movies?
Not particularly. Honestly, I don't really keep up with like the studio machinations behind these things.
So like what did you guys think of Barbie and Oppenheimer extrapolating from or disaggregating them as a cultural phenomenon? What did you think of them as movies?
I'm gonna let you take this one first.
Yeah. Well, I found myself in the odd position of like Barbie being one of the major hits of 2023 and, making over $1 billion and yada, yada. But everybody that I personally know hates it. Except for me. Well, Dan does not hate it. Dan does not hate it.
I think hate is strong for my feelings. I think it's strong for my feelings, but I don't love it.
Right. I came out more positive than most people I know, which is sort of funny because it speaks to a sort of a very weird rift that I guess plays out kind of politically, right? The left-leaning people tend to not be able to get over the advertisement stuff and a sort of warmed over girl bossiness to it. I take as the position, right?
That seems fair to me.
Yeah. But I don't know. I really like Barbie, and I honestly watched the first 2 hours of Oppenheimer today. That was the first I saw of it. But I think it's actually pretty good. I wasn't. I
have to say you've seen the best 2 hours.
That's what I've heard. But like, Nolan can't construct scenes, and Oppenheimer kind of leans into that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which to me makes it honestly stronger. He's starting to know himself as an artist.
Before I offer my opinions, I just want to let you guys know that the Flamin' Hot Doritos song, which is up for Best Original Song, is playing on the Oscars right now. So, shout
I also
out.
have to do another. There's an immense moment that has just happened in film history, which is that Wes Anderson has finally won an Oscar.
Oh, wow.
For best live action short film for The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, which secretly is the worst of the 4 short films he made for Netflix, but
That's
good,
what
good
he
for
wins
you.
for? Oh.
Finally.
Man,
It's actually really weird. Like,
hate this
I don't
shit.
want to do too much on this because I feel like Blank Check was talking about this recently, and I don't want to just rehash shit they talk about. But it is weird that Wes Anderson never became like a production design darling of the Oscars. It's just like strange to me that never happened.
It's funny that this is like a backdoor Best Picture.
Yeah.
It's
and Asteroid City, meanwhile, got shut out.
nothing. And that's the thing. This is the duality of man, and that like as a white dude, like I am both very overrepresented in the Oscars, and Wes Anderson also very underrepresented in the Oscars.
But the particular kind of white guy I am is a little bit underrepresented.
Off the edge, yeah.
Like, white guys that are directly involved with genocide are very well represented at the Oscars this year. White guys who are only, like, through mediation involved in genocide, which, like, describes my subject position, less represented.
Yeah.
And we would like to see more of that. We would like to see more Asteroid City nominations. But back to what we were talking about, Barbie and Oppenheimer. I mean, I didn't love either of them, to be honest. I have to say, like, I was pretty anti-Barbie when we saw it. Like, I saw it with Mike. We were in the theater together. As the discourse has kind of eaten and swallowed it up, I think this just says more about me as a person, but I'm just sort of like now, like, it's not, come on. Like, it was a pretty good movie. And I actually think at this point I'm putting it ahead of Oppenheimer personally. Like, because I don't love either film, but there's moments in each film I love. Like the Trinity test sequence of Oppenheimer, I think is great. And I love the first 20 minutes of Barbie. When it's just like in the Barbie world and like the commitment to like what would the logic of the Barbie universe be. And as I think about it more, I really like both the Robbie and the Gosling performances in that movie. I think like the theater experience, when I didn't know it was coming, it was easy for me to overrate how much I disliked like the Ferrera feminism monologue and like moments like the I really hated the voiceover where it says like, oh, if you're trying to make this feminist point, you shouldn't cast Margot Robbie. Like, I thought that was actually really rude to Margot Robbie, and my secret conspiracy theory is that's why she didn't get the Oscar nomination, like why Peter Sellers didn't get the nomination for what is the movie called? The movie where he plays like the simpleton who almost becomes president. Being there. He said that he didn't get that nomination because they included a blooper reel in the credits, and he says that like broke the spell of his performance. I think that narration joke that was undercutting the casting of Robbie, my like. Conspiracy theory is that had like a psychoanalytical effect on the voters and they didn't give her the nomination. But it was easy in the afterglow of the theater experience to be like, oh, those ruined the movie or whatever. But afterwards, that movie has actually grown on me, whereas Oppenheimer, I'm just sort of like, whatever, dude. I don't know. Like, I'm so tired of how every Nolan film is like one long breath and then one long exhale.
Yeah, I mean, what's most interesting to me about Oppenheimer, again, I stopped it after the Trinity test sequence, which was, I think it's a really good sequence.
The exact moment our film went back out of focus. It was miraculously in focus only for the Trinity test sequence. That one reel. There was one reel in focus.
Yeah.
Well, history is what hurts. And once the bomb falls, I mean,
Right. The Oscar for Best Out of Focus Movie, your experience of Oppenheimer or Hong Sang-soo's In Water.
Sorry, Mike, you were saying.
Just that I was actually surprised because I had read a bunch of reviews for Oppenheimer, but I was surprised just how sour on America or the whole project and on Oppenheimer's sort of approach to the whole thing, that he's crazy and he's kind of evil and dismissive, and ignores. He says well, the Nazis can't get a bomb, but they didn't use the bomb to defeat the Nazis, and I thought that it was actually kind of uncompromising on that on those points in a way that I was kind of surprised by. I have all the normal Nolan issues.
Yeah,
I think it's only pretty good. Sorry, yeah.
But that's to me, you take the first 2/3 of Oppenheimer, it's great, but then it kind of it makes it all about the man, when you could make the narrative arc of no, it's actually about it spilling out of this one guy's control and being subsumed into this global imperialist paradigm that that's more interesting than they made him sad. Who gives a fuck? I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, this was sort of our problem, I think, with it is, and so I'll be interested to know, Mike, when you finish it, what you think. But we kind of got off the bus in the last hour, because to us it felt like it really became a movie about the real tragedy was that they took away Oppenheimer's security clearance. Dan, do you have thoughts about this? Because you saw all of it, right?
I don't really disagree with anything you guys are saying. My big problem with Oppenheimer is to me it has the inverse problem of Dune, where I really want Oppenheimer to be much longer and Dune to be much shorter. Where I want to spend 2 hours with Oppie bopping around Europe learning about the calculus. You know what I mean?
I would love. Yeah, that's the thing. And actually, I completely agree.
Where he's where someone just explains to him, look, dude, it can be there and there, and he spends 2 hours being what does that mean? That's the shit that's cool about that film.
I love the first hour too, when he's involved with the communists and he's doing the fellow traveler thing. Florence Pugh, I think, is great in Oppenheimer. Yeah, I would love a Satan Tango style cut of Oppenheimer, actually. I guess that's sort of my problem with a lot of the late style Nolan stuff, which, I would put Dunkirk in here, Interstellar, Oppenheimer, the films that kind of, to me, feel like they're one long scene because they tend to have the Zimmer score going the entire time, is they don't break through to me to being transcendently long like a Bela Tarr film does. And by long, I don't just literally mean amount of time. I sort of just mean I don't know, Nolan films to me feel like long 2-hour movies instead of 3-hour movies. I would love to see a Nolan movie that just felt like a 3-hour movie to me.
Yeah, no, I completely get that. I mean, I think this movie is much better if it is structured more like something like Zero Dark 30, and we basically end right after the bomb drops, and we have to sit with the ambiguity of the act. That if we don't have the post-bomb war scenes, not to say Zero Dark 30 is a film with great politics, but there is a thing about the structure of that film that doesn't let it, post hoc explain, oh, but she had a complicated life after, which I think does make the act different in a harder thing to swallow, even in its own context. But I also want to go in a little bit on Barbie, and not for the reasons of the American Ferrera monologue. I want to say Sky Ferrera, but she didn't do anything to me, and she continues to not do anything. So it's unfair to go after her.
I mean, that Twin Peaks season 3 scene though, where she's scratching the rashes.
Look, that's the most music she's released in 5 years. But I mean, my thing with Barbie is that it's basically pretty good, and I like the ending of it a lot. I actually think the montage and the emotions of its ending and the way it plays with aging are its most interesting parts. But the things that it gets lauded for, such as the songs, I mean, aren't that great. Nor is the cinematography in the musical sequences. And I think this is what, to me, really hurts it. Not the, the fact that, Barbie's getting shut out tonight, and it's going to be November 2nd, 2016 for a lot of people, all over again. But What really bugs me about that film is just that it should be better. And I do think that if Greta Gerwig is going to be a major filmmaker, like we're being asked to consider her as being, then we should demand of the film that it's better.
Yeah.
And that to me is one of the most frustrating things about the discourse around it. A.S. Hamra in his roundup of the Oscars really burns Richard Brody by saying, because 2 years ago, Richard Brody said, Greta Gerwig's going to be great in Barbie. And A.S. Hamra says, now that's advanced praise. I do feel like for a lot of people, this was a movie they had to like, no matter what the content of it was.
Yeah.
But I do feel at the same time, it's a disservice to Greta Gerwig not to treat her seriously for the content of her films. And I do feel like, you know, to some extent, that's a big part of the story here.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't want to cut you guys off, but we do have to start moving towards our next award, but I would like to keep you guys on for the next award, if that's okay. So before we announce that, I just want to say we have another update. Achievement in sound. Is that a new category?
No.
It's not sound mixing. Yeah, that's
it's achievement in sound.
Achievement in sound. The medium.
Yeah. So I feel like they've collapsed. There used to be like sound design and sound mixing, I feel like.
Yeah.
And I feel like because they literally were like voters refused to learn the difference between these
we're
things.
hearing from chat that they combined sound editing and sound mixing into one.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's just a failure of democracy right there. It's just the voters were just like, we refuse to learn. But it has,
it's a
I
visual
think,
medium.
You guys were more up on this film than I was, but I think justifiably went to Zone of Interest. I think it's hard to argue with that. You know, pretty fantastic use of sound in that film.
I think it should have gone to Margot Robbie, frankly, but I guess we'll give it to.
I think it should have gone to just the voiceover telling you that they were assholes for casting Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're gonna go to our next award, which is I'm sorry, Ethan, you're introducing this one.
We're doing great. I think people who are watching probably maybe are thinking that it's going really well production wise. And so with that,
if you're in the chat, tell us on a scale of 1 to 10, how well is it going?
We'd love to know on a scale of 1 to 10, how are we doing on our first ever attempt to use the Twitch platform? Because we'd like to come to our next award, which is Best Ensemble Performance. And the nominees are
Oppenheimer.
Hey, there it is. You know what comes after Oppenheimer, Devin? Barbie. Oh, well, shit.
Viewership problems.
Oh!
The Zapruder film. The Zapruder film. A second-time nominee.
Yeah. The Ron DeSantis campaign for their work on the puzzle. It was good work. Oh.
Saltburn. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. And the winner is, for Best Ensemble Performance, the Zapruder film.
Who could have seen that coming?
Not JFK.
Who could have...
This is the second nomination and first win for the Zapruder film.
Live reactions from Mike and Dan.
Hey,
what was the first nomination for the Zapruder film?
Oh, geez. It was something else.
I think it was Best Scripted Performance,
I
right?
think. Best Unscripted Performance. Oh, wait, that's happening later. I actually think this may have been the first nomination.
This is the first nomination and win for the
first nomination and first win.
But not the last.
Anyway,
anyhow.
Nothing to see here, much like on that day in Dallas, Texas, years ago.
Yeah.
Well, Mike and Dan, thank you so much for joining us tonight. You are two of my favorite people, and you are part of the podcast history forever, whether you like it or not. And we appreciate you joining us tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Great to be here.
Anything you guys want to plug or anything? You're gonna eventually have like a website, right? So we'll like plug that when it happens. But
Well, I do want to plug Freefall, Ben Wheatley's 2016 film for Best Ensemble, for starring Cillian Murphy, Arnie Hammer, who's on topic tonight because Chile did nominate a film about cannibalism for its Best Picture, and Florence Pugh. So I just want to say Freefall. No one remembers it.
Fantastic. Mike, anything you want to plug?
I would plug my Letterboxd, but I can't list out the actual name that it is, because it's a bunch of symbols and then the hammer and sickle in the center. But I think if you search the hammer and sickle Unicode
maybe we can post it in chat.
you might
here.
find it. Yeah.
We'll post it in the chat. We'll tweet it.
Otherwise, take a class at Muhlenberger College in the fall.
I'm sorry,
That's my
Muhlenberg.
other plug.
Yeah,
Muhlenberg. Mike is possibly teaching in my hometown, Muhlenberg. It's called.
It's a work in progress.
Anyway, and we're so thankful for the entire Muhlenberg English department for also joining us tonight on the stream.
They just
Mike
left.
and Dan, you're the best. Follow Dan at Bad Opinions Man, one of the best Twitter accounts out there. Don't follow Mike. There's no Twitter account.
Don't do it.
But at some point, Mike will have some stuff cooking, and we will be promoting it when it is. So, to the 15 people on Twitch right now, I've put you on blast to do the things you say you want to do.
You better.
All right, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Juice.
All right. And so, Devin.
Yeah, we were gonna talk about James Cameron and shit, but should we just play the song?
I mean, I think all we need to say is that James Cameron is our dad. Those who have listened to the show know that he's our dad. And Devin is holding it up. The official model of the Tallies right there.
The Standies, they're called. The name of the award is the Standies. Because standing is the active verb in the name of the podcast. You're tall, that's like an adjective.
But being tall is an immutable characteristic. And so to deny that, the centrality is to deny my lived experience. And so I think
Don't you feel like that's kind of falling into capitalist realism, whereas the global proletariat is always has the opportunity to choose to stand in front of the tall people?
Can you hold up the James Cameron figure again, Devin? I'd like you to do that and say that again. Say that same statement again.
I would just refer the viewers to our episodes about various James Cameron films, including The Abyss, including Avatar, including Avatar 2. What else have we done? There's one I'm missing.
Fucking Aliens.
Titanic.
Oh, Titanic.
Oh, and Aliens. Titanic and Aliens, yeah. So most of the filmography at this point, and we will tell you why this man who makes lots of money is secretly teaching you why capitalism is bad.
Yeah.
Or not so secretly.
So we'll be back with, I believe we have best unscripted performance coming up here. But we'll be back after a brief interlude with our favorite karaoke song, which is My Clute Will Go On.
Alan Pacula robbed in the blank check March Madness.
All right, next up we have Devin coming up to the stage.
Every night in my dreams, I see clute, I feel clute.
up here.
All right. Dear, far, wherever you are, I believe that the clue does go on. Once more, clue opens the door, and he's here in my heart, and my clue will go on and on.
Clue can touch us one time and last for a lifetime. Clue will never let go till we're gone. Clue was when I loved you one true time. I'd hold you in my life. Clue will always go on.
Near, far, wherever you are, I believe that the clue does go on. Once more, clue opens the door, and he's here in my heart, and my clue will go on and on.
Janie Fonda, Donnie Sutherland, Charlie Chiaffi, Roy Scheider. This one's for you. That was really good. No, you didn't. You fucking killed it, dude. You fucking killed it. That was awesome. I dug that.
All right, let's hear it for Devin and Ethan, everybody. All right, Loot is up next.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow.
Man, if you needed any proof that I'm not as good of a singer as Celine Dion, now you have it.
Yep.
So we're here at the Yortal. When I'm standing in front of you, awards spectacular. A couple of musical awards. Speaking of the music you've been listening to from us.
Wow.
Oppenheimer winning Best Original Score.
Okay.
Which they're gonna make you listen to it to the fucking whole time, so it might as well win.
Yep.
And What Was I Made For from Barbie by Billie Eilish winning Best Original Song. So Barbie is on the board.
Barbie's on the board, and Billie Eilish is on the board too. She's won 2 Oscars now, hasn't she?
Well, because she must have won for the Bond song,
The
right?
Bond one, yeah. So I think, damn.
Which I
Billie
was listening
Eilish
to
has
all-
more Oscars than Barbie.
if the listener, no, thank God, because fucking that song rips. I, just finished my Bond watch through, all 27 films, including the non-Aeon films, and fuck, man, I love the Craig movies. I know some people are down on Spectre and I understand why, and some people are down on No Time to Die. Quantum of Solace, okay, 3 out of 5. I love every other Craig movie, man. I love James Bond. Watch all 27 James Bond movies in a row to just get James Bond pilled, because I just now want to rewatch the Connerys, because I feel like I learned so much from all the others that now I could appreciate the Connerys so much. But good for Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
Billie Eilish is the youngest person to win 2 Oscars, demolishing 1938 record.
Fuck that. Who won in 1938? Fuck them.
I don't know. I'm assuming somebody that has some problems. Louise Rayner, who won her second Best Actress at 28 in 1938.
Wow.
Louise Rayner. We'll
Really
figure
makes
out
you
what's
think.
going on there later. You were going to say?
I think we're about to be joined by our good friend Matt Powers.
So I was just going to say.
Correct. Yeah.
Exactly. So if the podcast has a dad, it's James Cameron.
True.
But if the podcast has a son, it's Matt Powers. You know him from our Halloween episode on Pontypool, one of our most popular episodes about one of the most well-known and popular films we've done. You know him from our Halloween episode on Virus, starring Donald Sutherland, one of our most popular episodes on one of the most popular movies we've done.
You know him from specifically asking us, hey, can I come on an episode that is not a Halloween episode?
And we're still thinking about that.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, we wanted to bring Matt on for a very special Standie. And he couldn't make it live. Not because he has anything more important going on in his life, but because he doesn't care.
Yeah.
But we care about him, and so we want to give you now Matt's acceptance of this award in absentia.
All right.
All right. Welcome, everybody. We're continuing the night of the first annual Standies Award presentation / Oscar
Tallies.
Spectacular. What was that?
Tallies.
They're called Standies. As the
Wrong.
person who physically has the award that is not showing up through the... There we go. Of course, it's, James Cameron, our dad.
Yeah.
And the show's been going great. Obviously, no technical problems. Nothing's gone wrong. But we're here coming to you from the past with a very special guest who couldn't be here tonight, Matt Powers. Matt, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody. Couldn't be here tonight. I can't say what I'm doing, but it's really cool.
And Matt, viewers of the show, listeners to the show will remember Matt from some of our classic Halloween spectacular episodes. Of course, the episode on Pontypool, perhaps the greatest film we've ever discussed.
Yes.
The episode on Virus, perhaps the second greatest film we've ever discussed. And Matt, you've just been a huge part of the podcast, and we just wanted to have you be a part of tonight, and thank you for all you've done.
Gentlemen, I don't know, you're getting that helicopter, it just flew right over. Gentlemen, it's an honor to be part of your podcast.
Trying to shut you down.
Yeah. A rival podcast is trying to silence me. I got as much as I am on, I do have a slight bone to pick, and I just want to say I do want to note that I was not asked to do a Halloween episode this past year, and I wanted to know why.
That is a great point.
So there's a couple ways you could have taken this question. The first is the last time you were on, you said, "This was great, guys. Can you please not only invite me for Halloween episodes?" But
I did say that.
there is, of course, now
Wow,
this
that really bit
particular
me in the ass.
grievance. Yeah, that we just didn't even invite you for a Halloween episode this year.
I feel like you weren't. I feel like you weren't honoring the spirit of my request. You were honoring like the literal. Very
Yeah.
cruel.
So, it all goes back, Matt, to a little something called the Water series.
Okay. Tell me about it.
Sometimes, a podcast decides, let's do a 4-episode miniseries about water.
Okay.
Because of the very topical Titan submersible explosion.
Yes.
And then you don't release your first episode of that until August 22nd, 2023.
Okay.
And then you both start jobs as professors for the first time in your lives, and things just get a little off the rails.
What was ultimately your take on the submersible?
We think it was good.
Okay.
We think it like the films we discussed, taught everyone the most important lesson, which is that you don't fuck with water.
Yeah, that's true. Do not fuck with water. But what about the movie Signs? Well, I guess Signs also proves to not fuck with water.
Yeah,
But
that's an interesting one.
The aliens can't fuck with it, but the humans can.
That's true. Well, because it's supposed to be holy water, right? That's the whole thing.
Wait, what?
Oh, is that like a really Christian movie because of Mel Gibson?
Yeah, I think that was my understanding, is the aliens were stand-ins for demons, and that's why the water was, because it was blessed because Mel Gibson was a clergyman.
Is he just blessing all of his daughter's cups of water?
Listen, man.
All right. Well, we'll get to the bottom of this. We'll do Signs for the next Halloween episode.
Okay, great. I'm gonna start watching it now. What do priests have to bless things out loud, or can they bless things in their head? Because like God will know if a priest just walks by me and like blesses me in his head, but I don't hear it, am I blessed?
This is a great question.
Yeah.
Ethan, your mom's
And can a priest also think to God and say, like, everything I see, please bless it for the rest of my life?
You'd think
really
they'd
should,
do
if
that.
that's allowed.
Yeah.
If any priest that does not do that is unethical, because they are going out of their way to not bless things they could be blessing.
They're withholding blessings.
Yeah.
God doesn't want you to know this one simple trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, what if I tell everyone for like a month of my life, every time I see someone, I'm like, I've already talked to God, and every time you sneeze, I've pre-blessed you for the rest of your life. So if I don't say God bless you, I actually have already done it, and God is blessing you, but I'm just not gonna say it anymore. Or like I said it in my head.
Yeah, I think this is how they built St. Paul's Cathedral. Actually, was a thing similar to what you're describing. So,
yeah.
I'll have to read up on that.
They should have this just printed on like a T-shirt they're wearing. That just
Right.
explains.
I already blessed
Like, don't
you.
worry, I'm not
don't ask
blessing
me.
you. It's because I already blessed you in my head.
I have a deal with God where if I see you, I've already blessed you. Yeah. And if every time I blink and open my eyes again, I'm like, it's actually a re-bless.
Yeah.
Man, speaking of, you know what happened to me the other day? This is a little unrelated, but I was in an airport in Germany.
Okay.
And I sneezed, and I got an authentic Gesundheit from a German.
Amazing.
Did I said thank you in German. I did. And apparently I said it convincingly enough that he then thought I spoke German, and he started saying stuff to me, and I had to be like, I'm sorry, I don't know what you're saying. But maybe he was a priest.
Yeah, he's like, we have this really cool new political party I think you're really going to be excited about.
Well, Matt, we didn't just bring you here to talk about religion and to talk about the past. As you know, tonight we are presenting our awards. We are kind of counter-programming the Oscars. With presenting our awards, the Standies, and that's what they're called. That's the only thing they're called.
Okay.
The Standie Awards.
I'll take your word for it.
Over you
podcast. And so we wanted you to be here for one of our categories.
Amazing. Honored.
Ethan, do you want to tell the folks what we're presenting today?
Yes, Devin, I can do that. No, I can't. What?
Well, we're presenting the honorary Standie for best repeat guests.
Oh,
Yes, that's what it's called.
What an honor that is.
Yeah, this is a bit of
Yeah,
back and forth banter with Devin and myself. This is just part of the act.
Well,
And so
you-
we have some
you're right.
nominees.
Are you guys gonna do like a big over the top intro like they do in the Oscars, where like they go through all the movies of the year and like they're like in the scenes? Are you guys doing something like that?
Well, if you're watching this right now, you already know the answer to Matt's
Yeah, that's
question.
true. And you guys are like both taking a shit right now. Is that why this is playing?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay.
The virtual
cool.
backgrounds are up.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, no, almost certainly. If you're seeing this right now, Ethan and I are probably both using the bathroom at the same time.
Yeah, you guys are holding hands on toilets right next to each other, both taking a shit.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, we had the bathroom completely renovated. Not a lot of listeners know this, but we live in the same house in bunk beds. You're tall, but I'm sleeping on top of you. And we have two toilets next to each other with a little like armrest.
There's probably one super fan who already thought this was the case. So
we assume they've all got like cameras and they're hacking our phones.
100%. Also, these guys get really close to me.
Whoa!
Oh, look at that! Oh, they're dressed for the occasion. Fantastic.
That's true.
Yeah.
Look at these handsome gentlemen. I am a little afraid. I am a little afraid of them.
that cannot be the cleanest water.
Yeah, they're definitely not. But their bodies have evolved to drink shit water and not die. Look at that. Look at that. All right, I'm sorry. Please continue.
All right. So, Ethan, would you like to list the nominees for best repeat guest?
Yes, the nominees for this year's best repeat guest. Matt, do not interrupt me while I'm saying the nominees.
I'm sorry.
It's anyone's game.
I just like, is it typical to have only one person on while you're reading the nominees? Because if you don't give it to me, it's gonna be kind of like really rude of you to just call me.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, no one else was available. So
okay.
But we
Don't tell
can't
me
let that. It is, we don't vote. These are voted on by the Academy.
Okay, got it.
Of your being tall and standing as well. Like
Yes.
we're just the hosts here. So we're
Okay,
as
got it.
excited to find out who won as you are.
Can't wait. Yeah, you have Wells Fargo secure the secret or whatever that they do at Oscars.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I just went down to like the bank and I was like, hey, can you just like hold on to this? For
Yeah,
a
hold
few
on
days?
for me.
And I'm gonna need it on Sunday night. That's not gonna be a problem, right?
Banks are famously open on Sunday nights.
Absolutely. That's why I wanted to go there. It's the place you could get in there on a Sunday.
That's true. That's true.
Without further ado, the nominees for the 2024 Tallie of repeat guests.
Called the Standie.
The nominees are Matt Powers. Can I say your first and last name?
You're welcome to say my first and last name. You can say.
I'm glad because I just did.
You just did.
For his appearances in the Pontypool episode and the episode on 1998's Virus.
And this episode. This should count.
You're now a 3-timer.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is all weighing for and against you right now.
Yeah,
so
unless
make it good.
Devin wants to weigh in on some theory about like if like should this count?
I mean, the award hasn't been issued yet, so I think as long as the award hasn't been issued yet, everything you do up until that point counts.
So like if I were
depending on how funny you are for the next minute, it could
oh fuck.
shift.
Are you guys ever at the airport and you see someone with all this luggage and they're taking off an extra chair? You guys ever see that?
That's crazy. Nobody notices these things.
These people drive me up the wall, and then they're always wearing sweatpants. It's like, hey, can you maybe dress up a little bit? I don't want my kid to see the outline of your dick.
Well, it's gonna be tough for the other nominees.
Yeah, I'd like to see. Yeah, who have full realized lives. And can't just drop everything to be on.
We also have Cash, the dog, who made appearances in innumerable episodes.
Is that Devin
Various
Zug?
episodes. I think notably the Dune, the original or the Dune Part 1 episode.
Yeah.
A notable appearance.
Yes.
I did not like Dune Part 1. What was your guys' take? I thought it was boring.
Yeah. I mean, my take is that like it's actually more fascist than the David Lynch Dune because it makes Dune cool, whereas like Dune should be lame.
Yeah.
So like it was fine. Like it was at least not an MCU movie. Like it was like different.
Yes.
But
No, this is my theory as to why people liked it is because we're so starved for like interesting science fiction because it just isn't made anymore. Like the Disney Star Wars are so terrible and soulless. No one's like and then I know what's his name, Zack Snyder just put out one everyone fucking hated, which maybe you
we
guys
did
did
an episode on that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm assuming you guys also hated it.
It was so bad. It was
really
like
bad.
watching like PS2 video game cutscenes.
Well, that sounds actually kind of sick, actually. But I think Dune, the fact that it's like competent, it's like it is well done, but it's just the same story again.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of chosen one stories. It's like not really how life works, and it's like the fact that they're so overrepresented in science fiction is boring, I think.
I'll be very curious what they do with Dune Part 2 because I feel like the actual idea is like, Paul Atreides is a chosen one through like genetic manipulation, not because they actually exist, but also he does really bad things and he's not actually a good guy. So I'm curious if they stick the landing in Dune Part 2.
Well, that is the most. I mean, that's what's interesting part of the book is like they're like this dude's going to cause like a galactic genocide.
Yeah.
Chalamet.
Yep.
So continuing with the nominees.
The third nominee is Zurich.
This is what separates us from the Oscars, Oh, Zurich.
Yeah.
Let's get Zurich on camera. Hey, buddy.
You have a big background. It's not gonna work.
I probably have to turn off the virtual background.
No, this is going great. That was virtual.
There he is.
You're doing great. Hey, hello, Zurich.
Zurich, you're a nominee. Come here.
Ethan, thank you. Oh, I'm going to crush you. I'm going to crush you. I'm going to crush you. You're not
Zurich, of course. Zurich, of course, known for basically the same appearances as Cash. Usually a bit of an ensemble, an ensemble performance.
That's true. Giving it to one but not the other would be seen as a snub. So we'll see.
I'm kind of neutral on Zurich.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, I thought I was going more for the political science major Ethan Palmer Smith on that one, but you know what? I'll take a. I still remember Ethan's paper from Southeast Asian history. Ethan had a great paper on the Philippines, Imelda Marcos. I remember it fondly.
Thank you. Oh my God, yeah. There's a callback.
Yeah, Ethan. What country did I write about? You bastard.
You were Indonesia.
Oh, he's right. He's right.
Oh, there you go.
There were only three options. It had to be Indonesia, Philippines, or South Korea. I believe were the three options. So it wasn't super tough. But Suharto, and Sukarno.
Yeah, they just had a recent election. If anyone listens to NPR, they're all abuzz about the fact that happened. So, I thought you would know this, Matt, as the resident expert on Indonesia.
I'm more of a history. Well, I will know about it in a couple of years. Because I'm really into the history. I'm not into the current events. So like once it becomes history, I'm into it.
Well, yeah, that's like what about like a 3-year turnaround till something's history.
Yeah, well, now we're in your camp of theory. That's literary theory. What does it mean?
Absolutely. Yeah.
And our final nominee, Katie, my wife.
Yeah.
No, but great.
Been on several episodes.
Guest.
Yes.
Yeah. What? So we had Katie on the also on the Dune episode with Zurich and Cash.
Yeah, I believe the Spider-Man episode.
We had Katie on the I think no Country for Old Spider-Man.
Yep.
And also on, of course, the Harlan County, USA episode, perhaps our most educational episode.
Yes, because she's from Kentucky, so she was.
Wow.
Yeah. So
have all the nominees but me ever appeared simultaneously on one episode? Because it sounds like there's a possibility that both of your dogs and your wife appeared on the same episode.
I think
Definitely.
so.
The Dune Part 1 episode had all three of those guests.
Feels kind of like collusion, the fact that like they're able to team up and I am kept separate. But
the next time we're doing one of those with Katie, I think, can we have you on, Matt? But the only thing I want you to say is every few minutes be like do that, like just bark in the background. That's all you're gonna do every few minutes.
Yeah, Bark in the Background's the name of my autobiography coming out next year, Simon Schuster.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so check that out. That's
Matt
right. I'm
has
mostly
such
here to
range
plug.
as a guest. He has such range as a guest. We have not, I think, done a good job of highlighting the kind of range he has. We kind of always have him do this, like, third mic funny man thing, but he can be a dog. He can be like a, kind of like tragic protagonist.
I was born a dog, I'll die a dog.
Absolutely. So those are the nominees, and it's time, I think, to open the proverbial envelope, and there it is, and reveal who's winning the Standie.
I can hear my heartbeat, and it's not because I'm looking at Canadian geese who frighten me.
It really should be an easier to open envelope.
The winner is Matt Powers.
Oh my!
Oh!
God. Wow!
Matt
I don't know what to
Powers
say.
wins his first Standie on his first
speechless.
nomination. Here you go, Matt. Virtually handing you James Cameron.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, Matt,
it's like the same. Is it the same color as my shirt?
I think pretty much.
Wow.
Close
Guys,
enough.
that's eerie. I would like to thank the Academy, of course. I would like to thank the bank for holding on to that envelope. I would like to gloat to my competition. You are trash. You never had a chance. And sorry, Ethan's wife, who I've not met but would love to meet. But Ethan did choose me over you. Sorry to the dogs who are smart enough to be as good a guess as I am. And I would also love to meet you. Look at what discipline?
Disappointment. And
disappointment. I think it's a discipline. Yeah. Well, Zurich probably got his or her. I'm assuming that feels like a male name.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably got his hopes up because he's a simpleton who probably thinks everything because he wakes up and he gets fed and he gets scratched and goes for walks. So he thinks everything just in life comes to him, but he doesn't understand that life is hard and you have to fight for what you want. And every time I've appeared on the show, I've taken a vow of silence, chastity, and I've fasted for a week to be prepared, and it's finally paying off. I would say I'd like to thank the makers of Pontypool. I'd like to thank the makers of Virus. I wonder if there's any one person who worked on both movies. Probably not, but that'd be kind of cool if there were. And I would like to thank James Cameron for inspiring you guys. I'd like to thank Simon and Garfunkel for inspiring you guys. And I would like to say, apropos of nothing, fuck the state of New Mexico, the trash state. I also would like to say, just because I've gotten the award, I'm still hungry. I'm still hungry, and I'm not going to sit on my laurels. This isn't going on my mantle and making me soft. And if anything, the taste of victory is so sweet. I want to taste it again next year. So I actually want to win even more. I don't know what other awards you're giving out, but I want to win every award next year. So I'm going to start training now to win every single award, including best host.
You don't want all of them.
I will say, to win some of the awards, you're gonna have to kill more people than you've killed.
Okay, got it. All right,
not necessarily all awards you want.
Okay, got it. Well, training starts today.
Fantastic, Matt. Thank you so much for
thank you guys
joining us, being a part of the podcast. We can't wait to have you on again as part of this. Our fourth season, Ethan?
Yes.
Fourth season.
Anytime.
And thanks for being a part of the show.
But it's been an honor. Seriously, it's super fun every time I get to do one. So anytime.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
why start now?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And if anyone's looking for a James Cameron bust, check the Los Angeles area thrift stores in about a week. Oh, come on, I'm joking. And are you actually gonna send that to me? You don't have to.
Probably not.
That's all the time we have.
This is
Thanks
bullshit.
for joining us, Matt.
That's almost like you guys didn't care at all. Well, at least send me the 3D printing diagram so I can figure out someone to make it for me. I can print it out over here.
We'll look into it. We'll look into it.
It's going on my resume.
The Czech Republic, so there's a little bit of a turnaround time on these.
Is he big over there? Is that where you're flying? Is that where you were in an airport in Germany? You were picking up a bunch of those?
Yeah, no, I was just going through customs, nothing to declare. Don't worry about it. I brought these with me, and now I'm just bringing them back. I don't travel without my box of 40 James Cameron busts.
Yeah. Offload 5 pairs of Levi jeans, and you can get like so many James Cameron busts.
I honestly would rather sit next to someone with a gun on a plane, and then someone who had a bunch of James Cameron busts, and they put them on the tray table. I bet I'd feel safer next to someone who has like a bomb strapped to them.
Yeah, they do. You don't want to hit any turbulence when you've set up your James Cameron bust.
Especially once it seems rude to put on because he likes being below the water, so to take him on a plane seems perverse because he hates the air. He wants to be as far away from the air as possible.
Yeah, no, that is true. That is true. I guess if they had just brought these on the Titan sub, maybe they would have been okay.
That would have been fine. Also, I want to say that you guys are ageless. You guys look like you did in college.
That's great news.
I just want to say the podcast keeps you young.
It's just clean living, James Cameron movies.
Yes. Yes.
Getting outrageously high to talk about James Cameron movies.
Okay, good.
It's good for you.
It's good for you.
All right. Well, thank you, Matt.
My pleasure, guys.
Once again.
Thank you.
And we'll be back with the rest of the Standies. After whatever happens next.
All right.
We haven't planned that far in advance.
Woo! Wow. Always great.
What could you possibly say about that? Ethan, I have so many updates about the Oscars that I recently learned what they're called. But are people here for 15 and perhaps 30-minute late updates about the Oscars? I don't think so.
No.
I think the primary thing that people are here for, you banned Happy Bones 000.
Oh, apparently he got auto banned. What did he do?
Oh, geez, it was an auto ban.
Happy Bones. No, we missed
Happy
you.
Bones. That's Dino Bones' younger brother.
Oh, no. How did this happen?
Younger brother Happy. But people aren't here for late updates about the Oscars. They're here for the Standies. So before we get to the Oscars, because I actually do think there's some important stuff we are going to want to react to.
Yeah.
I would like to present the nominees for the Standie for Best Unscripted Performance.
Wow.
And the nominees are
Shinzo Abe, campaign speech.
Abraham Zapruder for not filming the grassy knoll in the Zapruder film.
Joe Biden, Corn Pop.
And Corn Pop was a bad dude. And he ran a bunch of bad boys. And I did. And back in those days, to show how things have changed, one of the things you had to use, if you used pomade in your hair, you had to wear a bathing cap.
Joe Biden, woman of America.
We'll teach Donald Trump a valuable lesson. Don't mess with the women in America unless you want to get the benefit.
Joe Biden, presidency in general.
It's not about him. It's not about me. I'd be a winner, not really.
And Bud Dwyer, press conference.
Pennsylvania Treasurer Bud Dwyer was accused of taking a bribe in 1987. He called for a live news conference. During the conference, he pulled a revolver out of an envelope and shot himself through the mouth. His suicide was broadcasted later that day to a wide television audience across Pennsylvania. Napoleon Bonaparte was buried with all of his body parts except for one.
And the winner for Best Unscripted Performance goes to... Wow. 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 Bud Dwyer. Press conference. Yep. This is the second nomination and second award for Bud Dwyer.
You know, it's so great to see a truly great performance be recognized in this way. That said,
wow,
we got to get caught up on these Oscar thingamajigs.
Okay.
Oh, Sarah is shocked at the double win for Bud Dwyer.
It's always
listen,
every year the Tallies. There's something unexpected that happens. You have to tune in. You have to tune in live to the Tallies to see what's gonna happen, because being tall is an innate characteristic. To simply stand is performative, and so this is the magic.
But to kill yourself at a press conference when you've been accused of corruption charges credibly and are going to be sent to prison for the rest of your life.
I did a
it doesn't get less scripted than that. It doesn't get less scripted than that.
You know, I did an unpaid internship at the Pennsylvania Capitol, and I got to have nice meditative moments in front of what I refer to
it was unpaid.
as the Bud Dwyer Hall. It was a very disconcerting place to do anything, and anyhow.
Oh my fucking God. No way. You're fucking kidding me. This is an actual live reaction. So
Wow.
I've got so much fucking Oscars bullshit to talk about. Emma Stone won Best Actress over Lily Gladstone. What the fuck?
Oh no!
What the fuck? That was like the lock of all the awards, was the Lily Gladstone Award.
And you know, in her acceptance speech, she's gonna be like, you know, hey, good job with your film.
What the fuck? How do we even talk about? I have all these updates. I literally have like the printer from Oppenheimer that they had with updates on like the fucking paper with like the weird like thingies on the side, the margins that you tear off. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
I haven't seen the movie, but Lily Gladstone was like the chalk candidate of all the chalk candidates. Like, and literally, like, the last AP thing is, like, read and watch Lily Gladstone, AP's Breakthrough Entertainer. And so we're getting Sam in the chat saying Sandra Hüller should have won. Emma Stone, the Best Actress winner at the Oscars. And now I'm seeing that her dress broke 1 minute ago. Getting an update that Emma Stone's dress has broke. This is crazy. This is actually insane.
You know, finally a white woman gets some respect at the Oscars.
You know, I understand that you're making a joke, but like not every white woman gets to play a character that is technically part Asian, as in Cameron Crowe's Aloha, and rebound from that and win a best Oscar. So the best Oscar for Best Actress goes to Emma Stone. Well, what the fuck does the rest of this mean now? Let me just go through the other shit that happened.
Our
before
awards are
this
so much
bullshit.
better. Our awards are so much better than the Oscars.
Man,
Thank you all for
joining us. It's such a vindication. It is such a vindication of this award show that, here's the thing. I would be, if Sandra Hüller got it, Sam, that's fine for me. Maybe not, but I actually haven't seen Anatomy of the Fall. I've seen Zone of Interest. I think overall year, Sandra Hüller has a really good case for Best Actress. But like, this is wild This is wild, but as always with the Oscars, we're rooting for the thing that makes people the most mad. So we have come out. We have come out on top. Yeah, no, Sam, I'm totally with you. Omnibus Award for the two films makes total sense to me. But Emma Stone is the best actress of the year, and there's no arguing with that. So here's other things that happened at the Oscars, Ethan. Let me just go through this. It feels so insignificant now that Lily Gladstone giving an iconic performance. Man, I wish we could have Megan back on the chat to be like, we were just talking about how the Academy just swallowing this liberal apologia up, and now the fact that the liberal Academy actually regurgitated the apologia, I wonder what that does for our reading of the film. But so this is what I'm hearing, and to be clear, I haven't been watching the Oscars because I don't care. So let me know if any of this is factually incorrect. Okay, so Sam is saying that Emma Stone did give a convincing performance as a large yet horny baby. So in that case, I retract all of my previous statements. Because that's what I've been looking for at the movies. I went to Oppenheimer and he was a horny baby, but he wasn't large. I went to Barbie and she was a large baby, but she wasn't horny. So finally, someone has come up with the dialectical synthesis. So anyway, here are the things that have happened at the Oscars. So apparently Jonathan Glazer, when accepting the award for Best International Film, said he wouldn't allow his Jewishness to support genocide, which is the closest we've gotten to a recognition of the need to liberate Palestine, to stop the genocide immediately, etc. At the Oscars. I guess that's pretty good. How do we feel about that, Ethan?
That's probably the best you're gonna get. I don't think there's
literally
literally anything more I can say. Yeah. That's the best you're gonna get.
I would really like the word Palestine to be said, but right now Glazer is in the pole position for doing best of anybody because that was followed apparently by before the in memoriam montage. The Oscars showed a video clip of Alexei Navalny, the deceased opponent of Putin, who, I'm not in favor of the death of or anything, but, when we consider how many opponents of Putin have died this year versus how many opponents of Netanyahu, how many opponents of Joe Biden have died this year, how many people have died under Joe Biden's watch, how many people have died by via weapons that have been directly provided by Joe Biden. We're doing an in memoriam, and we're saying that the in memoriam is leaving the purview of cinema, but apparently the millions and millions of images of Palestinian death that have graced our timelines, that is not of interest to the Academy.
Absolutely not. That's the least surprising statement you've said all night.
Yeah.
But
it's not like I'm surprised, but it's something about the inclusion of the Navalny clip, plus the complete silencing of Palestine, that just really tells you that all these people, things need to happen to them I can't say on Twitch.
I'm just impressed.
They should drink to excess, which is not apparently allowed on Twitch, and is definitely not something I've done.
This is a Diet Coke. If they could have given an award to the hostages, they would have given that award away this evening, and they may have. We haven't watched the show, so I don't want to speak too soon.
So I remember hearing on some other podcasts that shall remain nameless speculation that if Cillian Murphy won, actually speculation that his win for Best Actor might be suppressed by the Academy because he's the most likely actor to say something about Palestine. Well, jokes on everybody but us, I guess, and everyone else, because he lost Katie's Sexual Awakening, but he did win Best Actor. and he didn't say anything about Palestine. He apparently said that this award was for the peacemakers. So I just want to. All I'm gonna say is so that Cillian Murphy won his Oscar for Oppenheimer playing Oppenheimer, and he said this award is for the peacemakers.
Is it?
It's for
Cillian?
the peacemakers.
Is it?
Here's the thing. Do I think Oppenheimer's pro-nuclear bomb? No, but
Devin,
is Oppenheimer for the peacemakers?
There's only one thing I can say after hearing that, which is I think it's time to go to the Tallie for the most cultural, most detritus of the year.
And that's a good tribute to the last AP thing I have in my notes, which is, quote, the Oscars started an hour earlier but aren't wrapping up anytime soon.
Cool. Wow.
So we have the Standie for the People's Choice Award, as it were.
Yes. So this is the Tallie. This comes to a vote. We put it out to all of you in Twitch, or as it is now referred to, X, the platform where things are happening. This
Company is legal on Twitch.
Yeah. So the woke mob could not shut down this vote. And so this was these were the nominees for this year's very important Tallie for the most cultural, most detritus of the year.
Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire.
Tell me, Commander, did you think that this would be good news? That my daughter Arthelaus, one of the most dangerous and decorated warriors in the history of armed conflict, is now part of a blossoming insurgency? I'm supposed to be happy that she's joined forces with the genius, Battlefield Commander General Titus.
The sound of freedom.
One of the most disturbing problems in our world today is human trafficking, and particularly the trafficking of children. Now, the first step in eradicating this crime is awareness. Go see Sound of Freedom.
Wow. Wow. I think.
You want to click or something? The Sound of Freedom is so loud. The Eras Tour and the associated Travis Kelce Taylor Swift media coverage.
She's been on social media a lot, and now you're thinking, okay, so we all have to register to vote. We're all suddenly Democrats.
At one point, she yells the F-bomb. I don't know if I could do that in front of my husband's mom.
I don't really care. She's going to dump him anyway.
This is going to be a bad thing for the Chiefs.
The question is, what will break his heart first? His new relationship with Taylor Swift or the COVID shot?
I think the commissioner set this up.
Wow. And
really bad year for the Chiefs. Really bad year for the Chiefs.
They lost it.
One of the worst years a team. The worst year that a team that wins the Super Bowl has ever had.
I know. It's because of the jab. We're still talking about it in the year 2024. And finally, the Marvels and Ant-Man Wasp. This one, killing the MCU. Cool. Good chat.
Potentially.
Darren is dead! There is only Monarch! And there's no place you can run, Scott. Not from me, and not from him. He's the future.
Well, he sure wasn't. And apparently I have to keep clicking because I did a good job here.
And the detritus goes to the Eras Tour, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, and everyone in the mass media who have apparently now decided that liking the NFL is gay. Congratulations. It is the first nomination for everyone involved in this and their first win. But I have a feeling it's not their last.
Probably not.
All right, so Ethan, it's just about time for us to wrap up.
Yes.
So we have one more award to give out. Before we do so, I want to do a final check-in on this other award show I've recently learned is called the Oscars.
Oh.
So, who gives a fuck? Christopher Nolan won Best Director and Oppenheimer won Best Picture.
Oh.
So there you go.
Okay.
So Barbie comes out of it with only a win for original song.
Wow.
And Oppenheimer pretty much sweeps. Like, I would have to look back to see if it lost anything, but it won score, it won actor, it won supporting actor. It didn't win any actress categories that it was favored to lose due to the fact that women aren't an important part of its plot, except when they make men come when they're quoting the Bhagavad Gita. Blah, blah, blah. So Chris Nolan finally gets his Oscar win. So hopefully he can go back to just making Batman movies, Batman 4, 5, 6. We're really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Don't try to win awards anymore, Chris Nolan. Just like suck ass again.
He's
Go
not
back
even
to sucking
trying. I
ass.
don't think he even cares at this. He's just he like wants to make a book make a movie about the book that Robert Pattinson gave him.
I do just want to put this out there because we like to shit on Chris Nolan.
Robert
on the podcast,
Pattinson, can you give Christopher Nolan a copy of Capital Volume 1?
Please. Yes. Because here's the thing. We're shitting on Chris Nolan on the podcast, but who have we also shit on the podcast before? James Cameron.
Dad.
Right? And we have to give some credit to Chris Nolan that he was handed some kind of nonfiction book about Robert Oppenheimer, and he made it into $1 billion movie. Something that James Bond has only done once or twice himself.
Yeah.
So, I guess credit where credit is due. Sam doesn't believe that was a real clip from Ant-Man. Ethan, do you know offhand who the fuck that was playing MODOK in that clip?
Yeah, it's the guy from Billions. It's the guy from...
Oh, it's Corey Stoll?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like he became MODOK after, as Yellow Jacket, he got sucked into the quantum realm.
Blooped in,
I shouldn't be alive. Like, the fact that I just said that sentence.
It's not good.
So
it's not good, folks.
It's time to send you all home. We can't believe... Wow. Have we gained viewers? Absolutely not. Have we lost viewers? Kinda, but not really. And we've been going for 3.5 hours. And so we have so much love and respect. Well, no, I'm sorry. We have love. We have so much love and so little respect for those of you who have been watching us this evening. Please, get involved in your communities, do other things.
And barring that, please make sure to like and subscribe to our podcast.
Absolutely. Give us a review on Apple Podcasts. We are on Twitter at YourTallPod. If you look up You're Tall, but I'm staying in front of you on any podcast app, you'll find us. I'm Stale Cooper on Twitter and Instagram, a version of that. Ethan is at Mathasippi. We're at Your Tall Pod on both Twitter and Instagram. So please follow. If you're one of these people in the Twitch and you're not already doing that, I would be shocked. But tell your friends.
What are you doing here? Who are you? We want to know more.
Tell your lonely friends. Don't tell your friends who have things going on. Don't make their lives worse. But your friends whose lives are already kind of bad, what do they have to lose?
Devin, I want to say that I've done a bang-up job in producing this. We have never interacted with Twitch before, and so those of you who have been watching, hopefully it has seemed like a semi-coherent production because we've arrived at the end of the night, and I'm gonna go back and watch the video, and maybe it's like there's been no audio all night, so maybe it's a total disaster, but I think it has gone okay.
I think it's
Production
gone
wise, not
remarkably
quality
well.
wise, but yeah.
Ethan, you're a fantastic producer. I don't know what my role is called on the podcast. If you have ideas about what my role is called, let us know in the chat. If you would like us to do Twitches in the future, let us know at Your Tall Pod on Twitter, yourtallpod@gmail.com. Let us know if this is a thing you'd like us to do. We could do watch alongs, we could do like live commentaries, things like that. But anyway, that's all a long lead up to the final award of the evening, and that's the Henry Kissinger Memorial Award for circling the drain of humanity.
Wow. A lot of nominees that our adjudicating committee had to review for this year, Devin.
Absolutely. And Henry Kissinger dying really made it difficult. I will say.
It could have been a shoo-in, but he died.
But nonetheless, the award must be given out. Ethan, do you want to let people know who got this award?
I will do the great reveal. The winner of this year's Henry Kissinger Memorial Award for circling the drain of humanity goes to Joseph Robinette Biden Jr.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
this guy.
Go to fucking hell. You know, he was nominated multiple times tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know like the 7th nomination. But just to be clear, you know, we nominated this guy for a bunch of awards because he does like humorous things in the media and whatnot. But this award is going out to the fact that this is a war criminal and this is a genocide committer and a child murderer. And I hope he burns in hell. Vote uncommitted. Donate to pro-Palestine causes. Be outspokenly pro-Palestine in all aspects of your life. Fuck Joe Biden. You are the inaugural winner of the Henry Kissinger Memorial Award for circling the drain of humanity.
Wow, what a year. Joe Biden as a winner, Henry Kissinger dead. What a time to be not what Henry Kissinger is, alive.
Yeah. And with that, we're so thankful to be alive. We're so thankful for the fact that we don't live under constant bombardment. Thank you for joining us tonight for this frivolous evening, and may we continue to live less frivolous lives after tonight. Thank you for coming to the You're Tall, But I'm Standing in Front of You Oscar special. I'm Devin.
And I'm Ethan.
How's it going, buddy? Wait, fuck. That's how the episode starts. Anyway.
This is
the
it.
Song.
All right. Good job, everyone. Let me do this last piece here. All right. It's been a great podcast. See y'all later.